fellow collectors. Welcome back to another episode 14, representing the GOAT, Star Wars, baby, all day. Episode 14, a sneak peek. I am here with the one and only Mr. Meow. How? Yeah. What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be me this week, man, when I get that Catwoman in, baby. I hope everybody in the chat is okay with me doing a review 5 months later. I'm getting that Catwoman in, dude. I'm 100% doing a review on this thing, and I'm already ready for people in the comments to be like, "Why did you bend the arms?" But I'm gonna have to show off that articulation, man. But
Why
yeah,
did you
dude,
bend the arms?
happy to be here, man. I know you're gonna get into it, but just before you get into it, this has been an insane week.
Crazy week, dude.
This show is so massive. I don't know, man. We're gonna go over it all, man. We got so much to talk about, so much that I'm excited to talk about. So let's get rolling, man, because we got just an incredible week of news, man.
Dude, it's crazy. We were just talking backstage a little bit. I was trying to list off all the right before we went live. I was trying to list off all the stuff that is that's on the docket for the show today, and I had to pull up my thumbnail. I'm gonna have to keep my thumbnail handy because I don't think I'm gonna be able to remember everything that's going on for the show because there's that much stuff. Speaking of that, I gotta pull something up real quick here. Let me go to this. We'll see on my end. Really on my end. Got to make sure I got my polls ready. See, I was going a little bit. I was a little bit behind. I might have to push the show to 8 p.m. Might have to push it to 8 p.m. to give myself a little bit, 15-minute buffer. Might have to do that. We'll see.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, we have a jam-packed, amazing show for everybody tonight. Thank you all. 35 in the house already on the Sunday night. For the Sunday night heat, please hit that like button if you haven't already. And guys, real quick, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has checked out my collection tour, my third one, collection tour 3.0. The video is doing great. Thank you all so much. I'm over 900 subs now, so the 1,000 sub stream is imminent. It is upon us. It's going to be hype. There's going to be a bunch of giveaways. There is going to be just a lot of fun stuff going on. So if you're new here, you're just listening now and you're not subscribed, please hit that sub button. We really appreciate it as we get close to 1,000 subs on the channel. It's gonna be an awesome episode. And then a little housekeeping, as always. If you guys haven't heard already, I'm an affiliate with MODUSPACE. You can go check them out and use code SNEAKER in all caps. They're all the cases that I have in the background. And you can also check out my final review on the MODUSPACE Mono, which is their new kind of DTOF style upright case. You can go check out that review. Like I said, use code SNEAKER in all caps for $20 off your order. And then as always, please go and check out Underground Figures. I think I got to say it with a hype tone now. But go check out Underground Figures at undergroundfigures.net. I see everybody in the chat. You guys pretty much already know by now, but go check them out. Ray's the owner, great guy. You are eligible for no NRD pre-orders if you make an account on their website. Double box shipping free of charge, 5% off of MSRP. You likely don't have to pay any tax. Great customer service. That's where I get the majority of my figures from. So go check them out. Even if you have a question or you need to email anything in, you can always just let them know that Sneaker/Steve sent you. And if you order anything on the website, there is an order comments box. I get that comment a lot. Oh, if I order on the website, how do I mention you? There is a box that you can type in my name in there to say like Steve sent me or Sneaker sent me. Either one is fine. So Ray will take care of you. Shout out to Underground Figures as always. With that being said, Mr. How Ya Figure, Mr. Meow, shall we address the chat?
Oh, absolutely, man. I'm trying to keep up with it, man. Chat, once again, already lively. Looking forward to all this heat we're about to be bringing tonight, man.
Chat is very lively. And I will say, my show is known for addressing the chat. That's what my show is known for, getting you guys involved. We have so much stuff to get through. I'm hoping we can we'll see if we can keep the show under 3 hours. I'm going to try my best to get through every comment, but we have so many figures to talk about. There's a lot of discussion points. So if I don't get to every single comment tonight, I'm sorry, but I will get to a bunch of them as always. I'm sure we'll go off on tangents like we always do. But I know there's just so much to talk about. I'm going to do my best. But okay, let's address the chat here. We got channel member Tristan in the house. He says, what a week. Hope everyone got something they wanted. Evil Empire. Yes, bro. Thank you, Tristan, for being here and for supporting the channel. Also, I did not pin up my join the channel membership link at the top of the chat. I'll do it at some point, maybe when Justin is talking. But if you want to join up on the Evil Empire, just know that for the 1,000 sub stream too, if you're a channel member, you're going to be entered into likely more stuff if you're a channel member. So just keep that in mind. But you can always just go to my page and hit that join button to become a part of the Evil Empire. We got 32 total members right now. Let's go. And the goal, I want to get to 50. I want to get to 50 Evil Empire members. Let's go. Let's go. So thank you, Tristan. We got Grand Admiral Thrawn's office in the house. Yes, Thrawn's office itself is also ranked Grand Admiral. He's got date night tonight with the missus, but he's with us in spirit. I love to you all, and may the Lord have mercy on this stream. Grail, baby. Grail. Let's go. Well, thank you for stopping in, man. I hope you enjoy your date night. We got Grand Admiral Jose Gifted Hernandez in the house. He says, hey, everyone, I wonder if it's possible to get gifted a membership for next month, asking for a friend. Well, it's pretty much inevitable at this point, I'd say. So, yep. We got Grand Admiral Christian Cooper in the house as well. He says, what up, Steve, Justin, in chat? What's up, bro? And Christian, my guy, finally secured his crosshair. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Congratulations, man. Huge congrats. We got Grand Admiral How You Figure in the house. This gentleman to my right on your left side of the screen. This is going to be a good one. Give us a few more minutes. I'm not the late one this time. Yep. Okay. We got Ryan Stadler in the house. Once more, the Sith rule the galaxy. And we shall have peace. That wasn't very good. It was okay.
What the hell was that? It started off good and then it just nosedived, man.
We got Universal Key in the house. Says, evening, everyone. What's up, dude? Thank you for being here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you hear that he got a crosshair?
I did. Yeah, I saw it I guess he was talking about it on the Jedi or on Wednesday night stream. Wolfpack Wednesday, I think. I was kind of in and out of that one. I think y'all were talking about it on that. So I didn't remember. If you don't feel comfortable sharing it, Christian, don't worry about it. But how much do you know how much he paid for it?
I do not know. All I know is he got it from Reverse Zeo. That dude, I'm sure he hooked him up.
Yeah.
Shout out to Carlos.
Yeah. It must have been in that amount that. Yeah, it must have been an amount that because Christian was passing on a bunch of different amounts, so had to be less than what he was thinking about getting it for. So. Yep.
Yes, but congratulations. We got X-Man Supreme in the house. What's up, bro? He says, here we go. That's right. Here we go. We got DeFeo Dome 2 in the house. 8 Jar Jars didn't hit that like yet. All you Jar Jars, go hit that like, please. Go hit that like. Yeah, he got an amazing deal. Yes, dude. Yes. Shout out to Reverse Zeo. We got Krivas in the house. Krivas 1138, aka General Krivas, because that's what it reminds me of as a name. It's how I remember how to say it. He says he's also a channel member as well. Thank you, bro. He says, evening, Steve, Justin, chat. Looking forward to the fire. Let's go. We got Nick's Collectibles in the house. What's up, Nick? He says, sup, boys. We got Bright Tryhard in the chat. New name. He says, yo, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. We got Mike Collecting Nerd Zone in the house. Shout out to Mike, dude. A good dude. He says, what's up, Steve? Stopping by before bed. Guys, if you haven't already, go check out Collecting Nerd Zone on Instagram. I think he just hit like 11K on Instagram. Wild. So congrats, bro, and thanks for being here. We got Stacy Jedi 291 in the house. Good morning. It has begun. I've already lost my mind. Good evening, Steve, Justin, and fellow collectors. Hope you're all having a great weekend. Stacy, thank you so much. And Stacy left a really just awesome comment on my collection tour. Really appreciate it, man. Just a very nice comment that I will remember, and I definitely took to heart. So always appreciative of you being in the stream along with everybody else. But thank you so much, man. I really appreciate
thank
your
you,
support
Stacey.
of the channel. Yeah, it was awesome.
Always being super supportive.
Yeah.
Commented on some of my videos as well. So always very supportive in the chat as well. So I second everything Steve just said.
There you go. Awesome. We got Luis in the house. He says, hello, Sneaker and everyone. Did Luis? I thought maybe he commented earlier. I might have missed it. But Luis is here. What's up, Luis? Thank you so much for being here. We got Caleb Collects in the house. Says, what's up? Give me that Sidious, baby. Yes, dude. Yes, we're going to talk about it. Oh, you figure we still didn't get that George Lucas figure yet. Luis smashed the like button. Thank you so much. We got Adrian in the house. What's up, Adrian? Thanks for being here, bro. Always good to see you in the chats as well, supporting the show. The tour was fire. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Let's see. We got another channel member, Action in the Box, in here. What's up, Ricardo? He says, hello, friends, all the way from Brazil. Thank you so much for being here. That probably wasn't very good either. I gotta work on my gotta work on my voices. We got another channel member, Brad Cormack, in the house. He says, hey guys, hello there. Thank you, Brad, for being here as always. Jose says 8 p.m. so you start at 8:15. Nah, man. I might push it to 8. It gives me a little bit more buffer. My kid's been going to bed a little bit later because it's lighter outside too. So we'll see. We got Grand Admiral Valkyrie Magnus in the house. What's up, Valkyrie? He says, good evening, gents. Good evening to you. And I see Brick. Did I miss Brick's comment? I see how he's saying, what's up, how you figure? What's up, Brick? What a packed show. Yes, dude. Yes, indeed. A packed show. It's going to be wild.
He just wanted to talk to, I think he just wanted to talk to me specifically, Steve. I don't think it's
so.
anything personal, but
I'm pretty sure you're right.
Me and Brick have gotten pretty close since I've entered the 6 scale community. So
we got Titer FL in the house. He says, yo, what's up, Titer? Thanks so much for being here, bro. Always good to see you in the chats. Let's see. We got MB Dyson in the house. Says, hello there all. Ordered my first trooper, the Imperial Commando. I was waiting for the rarest, coolest looking one. That's dope. Congratulations. It is a very unique trooper for sure. But congrats. It's awesome. That is awesome. We got Low Key Collector. What's up, Calvin? He says, gentlemen, what to do? What's up, bro? Thank you so much for being here as always.
What's up, Calvin?
Appreciate you tuning into the show. And we got 1/6 Star Wars Pimpazoid. What's up, Hot Toys? No more Star Wars drops this week. I'm going broke for real. It's been crazy. Also Loki says, congrats, Justin, on the Western Conference finale. That's dope. Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, dude. And Calvin, thanks for being here, man. I love Calvin, dude. Super supportive. We're talking about supportive people. Like me and Calvin just been talking about some hoops, man. You keep up with the NBA at all, Steve? I know you're in the NFL. You keep up with the NBA?
Yeah, I usually follow I usually follow more so during the playoffs. I follow the Milwaukee Bucks like regular season. I definitely do not watch all the games, but I usually follow how they're doing and kind of what's going on around the league. I pay a little bit more attention during playoff time.
Yeah, for sure.
As well, but yeah. Also, Calvin sent me a message say that Deadpool and Wolverine ticket pre-order, I guess, or ordering for tickets is tomorrow for Deadpool and Wolverine movie theater tickets. So that's hyped.
That's one I'm going to go see in the Dolby Cinema, man. I don't know if you've ever been to the Dolby Cinema. It's like $20 a ticket, but I love it.
I mean, my theater is like, hold on, I want to give a shout out to Derek real quick. Now talking about my theater, but Derek Reinhardt's in the house. He says, stopped in, hit the like, gotta run. We'll try to check out the replay. Thank you so much, Derek. Appreciate that. Thank you for stopping by the show. I hope you enjoy the replay. It'll be a good one. What I was gonna say about movie tickets real quick. Yeah, so like the movie theater that I go to, like, I was looking up Furiosa tickets, and like that's pretty standard. Nice. It's basically by the time you pick your seat, buy your ticket. If you order it ahead of time, it's $20. $20 automatically. But it's like ultra screen, which is like I don't really know the tech that they use, but it's all Dolby Atmos sound and stuff like that. So I'm guessing it's a super nice theater. I don't know what the technology is, but it's a huge theater. It's got to seat like a few hundred people. It's a really sizable theater. Each row is like 30 chairs, and there's like A through, I couldn't tell you.
It's an AMC. It's an AMC thing. Like Cinemark does like an XD screening, which is kind of their version of it. But Dolby Cinema, to me, it's just like when I go see big blockbuster movies, I want like a big like I'm going to go see Furiosa there. Can't wait for that. And so I'm going to, obviously see Deadpool, Wolverine in that. It's just like a more premium seat. Like it's a very comfortable recliner, heated seat. It's just, again, the sound quality and the picture quality is just a little bit better. So, but yeah, dude, you were talking about Furiosa just real quick. That's going to set the bar so high this summer. Deadpool Wolverine's going to be one to look out for, topping that one. But to me, it's like Furiosa is going to just it's going to be way up here in terms of quality. And I'm interested to see what the movie of the summer is going to be, because Furiosa is just going to be amazing. Early reviews are already saying that it's like just as good as Fury Road. So,
dude, that's going to be automatic. Yeah, I'm going to go see it in theaters. That's one movie I will see in theaters, because I think I told you last time we were on the show, Mad Max Fury Road, when I saw it in my basement theater, was like one of the best theatrical experience movies that I've seen. So like I said, I try to go to the theater for the like, even though the theater, I don't like talking about my home theater because I don't want to sound like I don't want to just sound like I'm bragging about having home theater, but it's nice in my home theater, but it's also the movie theater is a kind of a different experience in and of its own right. But I mean, 120 inch screen, man, it's full. I have full Dolby Atmos in my basement. It's kind of hard to beat. Unless
for somebody who doesn't want to keep mentioning they have this great home theater, you sure find a way to like put it into everything we ever talk about.
Dolby Atmos, baby. Let's go. Brick said, Sneaker, did you get a new tat on the wrist? No, I did not. I've had those tats for a while on my wrists. But
what does it say? Home theater?
Dolby on one
to
side,
remind you
Atmos
every
on
day.
the other. Home theater. Oh, that's funny. This is a good point. Christian says maybe we get some Phantom Menace figures this week for the actual anniversary. That's
I don't want no more.
Great point.
I can't take no more, man.
Great point.
I need a break. I need to breathe for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Low key saying, Justin, you got to sign up for the AMC A list. $24.95 a month for 12 movies a month. That's crazy.
See, this why me and that's why I love Calvin, man, because he read my mind. I am a list member, bro. It is fantastic. It is so good. I will say during the summer, sometimes I let it like go. Like I don't utilize it as much during like, January through March. But during the summer, man, when I have a little bit more time and I can go see more movies and there's just more stuff in the theaters, obviously, dude, it pays for itself, man. It pays for itself. It's a great service.
That's a great point.
Yeah, dude.
Great point. Okay. With that being said, I think we got everyone. Well, we got Cage in the house. He says, what's good, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. What's up, Cage? Thank you so much for being here, as always, bro.
There's no coincidence that when Cage showed up on your channel has taken off, bro. We need to give a little credit to my man Cage because as soon as he showed up, your stuff has just been taken off, bro. He's that dude.
Cage is that dude, man. Cage is that dude. Hold on, I'm putting some in the chat.
Yeah, I gotta go see that, Stacy. I gotta go see that.
I forgot to pin my channel membership link in the chat, but there.
I think Brick said it was an A+ on Instagram. I think Brick.
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Brick, but I think you said it was like fantastic too, right?
Yeah, I like those movies. We were watching. We watched part of the set. We couldn't finish it. My wife and I couldn't finish it last night. We watched part of the second one. So I'm working my way through it again as a refresher before I see Kingdom of Planet of the Apes. Good movies for sure. We got the Ben Thomas Show, another channel member in the house. He says, hey, everyone, look at all the nuts in here. Damn right. There's a lot of them. Dude. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, look at these. Look at these nuts. Oh,
I get it. It's peanuts.
Yeah. We got Grand Moff in the house, Batman Collectibles, who might soon be changing his name away from Batman Collectibles, if I may say so myself. He says, what's up, everyone? I need a break. How you figure? Ask Steve. He knows what
we got to talk about it right now. I got to ask you, Steve.
No,
what
I can't spill the beans. He can say it in the chat. Yeah, I'm not gonna air his dirty laundry, man.
Batman Collectibles, tell us in the chat, bro, because
he can tell us if he wants to. He can tell us if he wants to.
We are gonna talk a little bit about Batman too. Batman Collectibles. We're gonna talk a little bit about Batman tonight. So I'm very hyped, man. I'm very hyped. Yep. I mean, Star Wars, it's been great, dude, but we have some other figures as well. It's been crazy.
Ryan says, need a break because my wall is on fire and still hoping Mace and these other figures ship en masse soon. For real. Cage goes, there's a reason I'm the wise man. Yeah, so basically Cage calls me the tribal chief and I call him the wise man because he's my number one mod.
That's cool, man. That's actually kind of cool.
It's like what's
up, Clint?
WWE Roman Reigns. Clinton Martin's in the house. Oh. What's up, bro? He says, howdy, folks. What's up, man? Thank you so much for being here. We got Ryan Byrne in the house. He says, I never thought I'd say this, but Hot Toys needs to chill with the Star Wars figures. My wallet is skinny. This is the sentiment that everyone seems to be sharing.
We're going to be talking about it.
It's pretty crazy. But guys, we got 49 people in the house. Please, if you haven't already, please hit that like button. And for everybody who doesn't know, 50? Before we start talking about the GOAT, before we start talking about figures, yes, we're gonna hit 50. We're gonna hit 50 tonight. Before we start talking about figures, if you haven't, go take a look at my collection tour. I just posted a new collection tour. If you haven't seen like my full-on collection, it's up. It's in there. Go check it out on my channel after the show.
You know what's sad, dude? I'm a horrible person and a friend. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, that's okay, dude. It's 35 minutes long. It's a long video, but like also I wanted to go in depth. You know, more so talking just a little bit more about like my setup, a little sneak peek for you guys, a little like kind of talking about my setup, what I want to do in the future with my cases in my basement, just like cool stuff like that. And I kind of just wanted to go just do something more than just like pan over figures. Like I wanted to talk through some things, and like also my setup isn't perfect. I kind of want to just acknowledge like, hey, my setup isn't perfect right now. It's like, this is a realistic look at my collection. There's stuff I haven't been able to pose like I want to. So it's by all means like not a perfect collection tour, but I wanted to get that one out there for everybody. Cause it's been 6 months basically on the dot. It was 6 months in a day. The next day I posted it for my last one. Ben says, awesome tour. Loved it. Thank you so much, man. Okay. With that being said, shall we get to the first figure?
Yeah, of course. We better, because we're gonna have a long night ahead of us if we don't, because we're so much tired.
Okay, let's go. So this is pretty crazy because we got the announcement right earlier in the week. I guess it's last week now, because now today's the start of a new week. We got the release of the GOAT himself, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I had to go onto Instagram for this because the pictures are still not up on Hot Toys Facebook page that I could find. They were taken down like after an hour of posting or whatever. It's crazy. Real quick before I start talking about this, Ben says I'd like to hear more about the home theater, to be honest. This is coming. This is likely going to be in my next video that I do, my next update. I'm probably going to do a whole basement tour. So that's going to be a thing. Once I get my basement fully the way that I want it to, that's going to be a thing. And the home theater will be shown. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. Look at how you figure rolling his eyes. Look at this guy.
I mean, come on, man. The movie theaters are hanging on by a thread, and we got Steve out here. You know, good for you, man. Good for you. He's going to put affiliate links to all of his products. You know, I mean, whatever. There we go. I'll keep rocking with my, I don't even know what size TV I have.
And look at that. The gold pops up, and what happens? Thrawn's office gifts 1 EvilSneaker channel membership. Look at that. Thank you so much,
dude. He showed up
Thrawn's office for dropping a gifted, even though he's got date night with the wife.
On date night.
This is a true Grand Admiral right here. This is what Grand Admirals do for the Empire. For the Empire. Long live, baby.
Dude, that's impressive,
Thrawn's
man.
office. That's impressive. And Jake got it. Jake with the Ahsoka picture. What's up, Jake?
Let's go,
Welcome
Jake.
into the Evil Empire, man. Thank you.
Let's
go,
Jake.
So thank you so much to Thrawn's office. Thank you so much. And we got another channel member in the house. Mr. Evil Connor Hot Toys Hotline is here. He said, didn't know they made an Evil Stevie figure. He told me he was going to pull that one out on stream. Pause. But he did. Yep. There you go. Okay. Connor, thank you for being here, bro. Always good to see you, man. If you haven't already, go check out Hot Toys Hotline. Okay, Justin, I want you to give your thoughts on Obi-Wan Kenobi before I do. I'll go through the pictures because I know you would love to see them again.
Yeah, you know,
look at this. Look at this.
I'll just So here. All right, you'll address me as. Oh, that's sweet. I thought he was gonna say as a Grand Moff or whatever, like Grand Admiral, but he was just just call me your friend. This figure. Okay, here's what we're gonna do first. We're gonna talk about what I don't like first. Okay,
this looks good, man.
It looks good. It looks good. I've looked at it. I've continued to look at it. I just think it looks just like the prototype, and so for me, it's like this. It's like. If you know, this came out looking pretty much like the prototype images. So I really can't, I don't feel like I can complain too much about it. This wasn't one that I really wanted that badly. I'm more excited about the Kenobi show, Kenobi. And obviously I'm waiting for that fan. You know, I want the Kenobi from the prequel trilogy. I don't feel like I'm going to end up having like 5 Kenobi. So I got to, pick and choose which one I want. I think this looks really cool. I think it's a great iteration of the character. I think you definitely want to have this for your Clone Wars display and everything. I love again, let's just talk about it. The lip thing, I get why people are like that about it. I guess just for me, it's like when you look at the character and you look at the show and then you look at the prototype, I just don't feel like it's not like they promised us something with the prototype and then this came out and it looks 1,000 times worse. I feel like it's pretty accurate to what was advertised. And so for me, I always look at it like that. Like, does this look like it was advertised? And if so, cool. Like, I can deal with that. The Wolverine, the 1973 Wolverine, the Cobb Vanth, those were a little bit more annoying to me because I felt like the sculpt that was promised in the prototype was superior than what we got, even though it still looks good. This one, I didn't feel like they gave us this like incredible prototype image. And again, I think everything other than that little part of the lip, and even though I don't think it's that big of a deal for me, everything else looks fantastic. Like the forehead, I know this sounds crazy. The forehead looks incredible, man. Can we get a zoom in on that forehead, bro? Because Ewan McGregor's got one of the best foreheads in the game.
Ooh, I don't know if I can zoom in or not.
Don't zoom in, but just look at it like go closer with your eyes, like get close to your screen. You know what I'm saying?
zoom your face in, people. I mean, Hot Toys is pretty much like nailed skin texture. I'll say that.
And my final thing is this. I'm not going to sit here and say this is a 10 out of 10 sculpt for me. It's not. I don't think it is. Okay. But I didn't think it looked like a 10 out of 10 sculpt on the prototype either. Okay. The issue that I have with the prototype is the same issue that I have. The mouth does look a little weird from certain angles, but it's not like, it doesn't break the figure for me. Like if I was excited about this figure, I'd still be just as excited about it. Like, I mean, you know, just me personally. So I know Steve, I know you've been defending this figure, and I think it's because you were super excited about it. Yeah, but at first I thought it was because you're just like an Obi apologist, but I actually think you don't have that much. Like I could tell if it's like you just being kind of biased. I'm not seeing that when I've talked to you about this figure. I think you actually think it's really accurate, and I think you actually really like it. And I'm somewhere in the middle of the two. I'm in the middle of the two. I don't think it's 10 out of 10, but I don't think it's this abomination that I know some people really just can't look past the mouth, and I totally understand that. But I fall in the middle. Like it doesn't, like that angle to me, I don't think it looks that bad. Some angles it looks weirder.
This angle looks really fine to me.
Yeah.
I think the like this to me, when I saw this photo right here, this pairing, is when I was like, this looks really good to me. I don't see like this looks like Kenobi to me.
Yeah.
I guess like I know a lot of people just like if the mouth is just closed on figures. Like nobody seems to like open mouth figures, right? Apparently. I think some of these other angles, like this angle, I think that when you look bottom up, I really think for a lot of figures, when you look bottom up, it's just not great.
I usually don't.
Oh,
no, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah, okay. We're gonna talk about X-Man's comment too. Yeah, the mustache is curved, so it looks like it's going up under the lip. His stash doesn't actually do that, so it looks weird. That's what it is. I think it just looks weird because people aren't used to it too. I think there aren't a lot of figures that do this, number one. But I think if you look at if you actually look at Obi-Wan, I've been saying this about this figure. If you actually look at source material for Obi-Wan Kenobi, it is accurate to the figure or to the character. His mustache overhangs his upper lip, and I think it looks weird here because one, people aren't used to it, and I think it looks like it like casts this kind of shadow, and then people are like, oh, well, where's his teeth? Well, if you look at still shots of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ewan McGregor, and you actually see from the Clone Wars like how his animated look is, it is fully accurate to that. I will die on this hill. I will die on this hill for Kenobi. It is fully accurate to that. I think what doesn't look good, and it's not for this figure, I would say for really any figures, and this one doesn't show, like maybe when we get to the next iteration of him, spoiler alert, we'll be able to see more, but like when you do kind of like this where you're like angled up a little bit, any figure I shouldn't say I hate it, but I don't pose my figures, even these figures behind me on the top shelf, I don't pose them like looking up in the air so you're looking up at their face this way. It's just never a great angle, I feel like, for figures, unless you have maybe something that's helmeted where it's a trooper or something in like an action pose. But I'm not going to pose like a sculpted figure. I'm going to pose it like something like this, like this photo, or like this right here. This is how this figure is like gonna get posed, like something like this. You know what I mean? Or like, I always like to do kind of like the head tilted down a little bit, or if they're in like an action pose, right? This is more of like a serious face. That was another thing, you know, a lot of the comments were like, is it like, what facial expression is he trying to do? Well, it's a more of a serious expression, right? So I think one, it's like people are just not used to it. For one, it's not something that we see a lot of. But this is accurate to me. And I know it's like, I don't know, it seems like just every figure that comes out.
It's just cool that we get this version of the character too, man. I mean, like I told you,
this looks great, man.
It does.
It's the one thing that's, I guess, I shouldn't say it's crazy to me because everybody has their opinions, but to say that this like doesn't look at all like Kenobi that's to me is a little bit too much. Saying that if anybody who knows who Obi-Wan Kenobi is, if you showed them this figure, I don't know anybody who knows Star Wars that would say, look at this and say, oh, I have no idea who that is. If you know who Obi-Wan Kenobi is in the prequel version of him, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think that's a little bit crazy.
And when you have it from this, like this is actually the distance you're probably going to be looking at your figure at, like even further out, let's be honest. So yeah, if we really looked in really close, if we were doing photography or whatever, you know, we're going to find a lot with a lot of these sculpts. Like we're going to find issues with it. I think what makes this one stand out so much is that it's right there in the middle of the face. It's right there with the mouth. It's right there with like, it detracts away from the greatness of everything from the nose up. I think the nose up looks phenomenal. Like even the hair sculpt looks really, really good. And again, I'm not being a hater on this upper lip thing at all. I do see that as well. Like it's hard to ignore that there is something, like if you were to put one thing that you don't like about the figure, if like we were to poll a bunch of people, this would obviously be the issue. Other than that, and again, it really depends on how big of an issue it is for you personally. For me, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. For other people, it's a huge deal. And I think that's why it's a kind of a divisive figure. But everything else, dude, looks great. The costume, this is an iconic look for Kenobi. I'm just now rewatching a lot of the stuff I missed from Clone Wars. And dude, like you've been telling me, dude, Kenobi's arc in Clone Wars is incredible. Like I haven't even finished all of it yet. But it's just really good. And if this was a character, like again, there's the other versions of this character I have more of a connection with, so I'm focused on those.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Someone
Which I
who
get
Clone
that too,
Wars,
100%.
Yeah, but if you've been waiting on a Clone Wars Obi-Wan for a long time and you wanted one with a Ewan McGregor likeness, I know it sounds silly because I keep talking about it, but that forehead, dude, is unreal. It's an unreal forehead, man.
The best forehead in the game.
One of the best foreheads in the game, man.
We'll talk about it, like we're going to talk about Mace like way later on, but even with like I was saying, there's the way that Hot Toys does like skin texturing for figures and like the way they sculpt like facial features and stuff is just really, really good. Like, yeah, look at like this looks like an actual, like look at the detailing and kind of like just the natural wrinkling in his skin and his forehead and stuff like that. Like it's crazy, dude. I agree. It's top. Look at like his cheekbone right here. Like in like this line at his nose, like it's crazy. See, look at this. This is what I'll say. This is the kind of last thing I'll say about this head sculpt, because I don't want to like just talk about this the whole time. I just wanted to give my honest take on this. And yes, I say what you want if you think I'm biased, what have you, about Obi-Wan Kenobi. But the other side of that is if this did not turn out the way that I like, if I really personally didn't like the look of this, I would be upset because like there's nothing more than wanting like the Kenobi to turn out well for me. You know what I mean? Like I want this to be a really good figure. If the head sculpt was really bad, I would probably just say so, and I'd be disappointed.
Did you have a problem with the Cobb Vanth mouth?
I thought Cobb Vanth's mouth was worse than this, but I still really like I love that figure.
Yeah.
And again, you can change like the angle of the head sculpt. This is just like any other figure that comes out where some angles look better than others, or there's head sculpts that are amazing. Like Fennec Shan is one of them I think of, like comes off like top of my head, or like Lamando Luke head sculpt or Bespin Luke. Like any angle, it just looks amazing, right? But Cobb Vanth just had like, it's for him too, you can see the teeth. Yeah. So it's just like, that one's just a little bit different. But again, it's something we're not really used to. So I'm fine with it, dude. I love that figure.
Who's got the best, what figure you think has the best mouth?
Like open mouth? Or are we just talking
open mouth, closed mouth, smirk mouth? You know, we're talking a lot about lips and mouths. I'm just like, has there ever been a figure that's come out and people were like, my God, the mouth on this thing, the mouth on this figure is unreal.
That's a great question.
I'm trying to think of all the figures. I'm new to the game, man, so I didn't know if there was one that like, you know, came out and you're like, man, they really knocked that out of the park. That's what I'm saying with this. It's something you wouldn't look at if there wasn't a little bit something off with it. And that's what I'll say. There's a little something off with it to where you notice it, but it's not enough for me not to pick up the figure if I was going to get it. Like I would be totally like, I'm going to be looking at the costume, like the costume, the outfit, everything else. That's the character. That's this version of the character.
People are going to start dropping who they think has the best mouth.
We got to know.
There you go. I just want to bring up this comment from Honest Hansel. What's up, man? Thank you so much for tuning into the show. Says first time watching EvilSneakers live. Well, welcome in to you. I notice a lot of the same people on here subscribed. Let's go. The best community in the game lives here on Sunday nights. Let's go.
And you got in just at a great time too, because we're about to talk about what figure has the best mouth in the history of hot space.
Thank you also so much for subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot as I'm on my journey to 1K. We are almost there. We're almost there. I want to get to some other people in the chat. We got the Hot Toys Nightmare in the house. He says, hello there. What's up, man? Thank you so much for tuning in to the show. Who else we got in here? We got Rusty Bronco. It definitely looks right. I agree. Hot Toys Hotline says, I think they use Steve's face as a reference instead of you, and that's what it is. Well, the issue is, people have been telling me this. Oh, they put Steve's face on there, but then everybody's been hating on it. So that just means everybody's hating on my face. That's what it means.
Your face.
What?
Nobody likes your. That's what you're feeling like. Like they say it looks like you right after they say this is the worst sculpt they've ever seen, and it's hurtful.
X-Man says the Kenobi figures look awesome. If I were collecting Star Wars like that, I'd love to have these too. Yes. Boba Fettuccini's in the house. What's up, Boba? He says nothing wrong with this Obi-Wan at all. Looks great. Awesome. We got another channel member in the house, Collection Obsession. Says it looks like a cross between Sneaker and McGregor. Like Conor McGregor? Dang. X-Man says the only thing for me is how do people put on those helmets when the hole is just big enough to fit their neck? That's a great question. Great question, man. It's good food for thought. MB says I've been starting to watch some Clone Wars and Bad Batch. I do see the appeal. I can't watch all through from the beginning. Too much for me. What you can do is go online and look at like important arcs of the show. That's kind of what Justin is doing, right? Piecing things together, going main arc by main arc. Brick says I need a Kenobi, dude. Everyone needs a Kenobi in the collection. Everyone needs a Kenobi in the collection. X-Man says Venom Pool, best mouth. MB Dyson Morbius. DeFeo Dome says Jinner. So we got I already said hi to Bad Big Collectibles. The Grand Moff says best mouth Ant-Man. Smiling Paul Rudd Ant-Man. There we go. Christian Cooper says, do you think this Kenobi will waitlist quick? I don't know, man. This is an interesting one. Also, I think this is where like if I were to be biased in one thing, I would say like, man, why doesn't everybody want this figure? But Justin, you made a really good point of like, this is more of an, I don't want to say full on abstract, but it's more abstract than other Kenobi versions. You know, there's so many people out there who don't watch the Clone Wars. You're not going to want this. You're not really going to care about this.
And there's other versions of the character too, which is not, it's not like the, you mentioned Fennec Shand, like that's it. They're going to make like 10 more Obi-Wans. Fennec, they might make another one, but that figure was so good when it came out. Like, I mean, I don't know how you're going to really improve that, but because I know how much people love that one. But yeah, like you said, if this isn't the version you want, man, there's so many that you're going to find one that's good, hopefully, that you like.
We got Axel G in the house. What's up? He says DX19 Batman. And then Brian Herrera says Christian Bale's cowl mask has Princess Peach lips. What's up, Brian and Axel G? Thank you for tuning in. We're going to talk about the Batman here in a little bit. Oh, let's see. Axman says, who's going to Monkey Depot to get this Kenobi sculpt to make a custom sneaker? Somebody please do that. Please do that for me. I would love to see it. We got Big Dog Pound 1 in the house. What's up, dude? Justin, you want to give your best Ric Flair?
Whoa!
Shame. I have one more payment on this Kenobi. Dude, congratulations. Congratulations. Hopefully it ships sooner rather than later. Shinhati got the best mouth. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Okay, so y'all took it there, huh? We can't talk about head sculpts here, huh?
Okay, last thing I'm gonna say, and then we're gonna move on from Kenobi because we got a lot of figures to talk about. So like this, like in the angle, like oh shoot, I lost it.
Yeah, we're gonna end up talking about another Kenobi.
So like this angle, maybe it'll be in the other photos too, but like this angle, different than if you go to like this photo and this photo. To me, this dude is like, this is on point right here.
Yeah, that looks really good. Straight
so
on.
good.
Yeah,
so good. Okay, I gotta stop sharing my screen. I gotta take us to our next one here. And then we got, hold on, let me pull it up. Let me find it. Here we go. Okay, then we got this guy. We got this guy, another Kenobi. Okay, so this is really funny because on Wolfpack Wednesday, we were talking about Kenobi, and I am going to battle for this freaking Kenobi sculpt and the Kenobi figure. Okay, the Clone Wars one. And then that was when they ended up dropping. I think they ended up saying something about the Commando, the Commando trooper. And then I remember we were talking about that, and I was like, oh my god, like I got so hyped on live stream, so hyped. And then we get this, and then the kicker is they put the exact same head sculpt on this figure, man. Oh, I love it. The irony. It was amazing. It was amazing. This was a big win for me. But and then right off the bat, everyone's like, oh, it actually, like, maybe it looks better on this one. Oh, maybe like, oh, it looks kind of different. Oh, this is a cool looking figure. It was funny. I think the red tones from the outfit kind of make the hair look a little bit darker and then give the head sculpt kind of a different look. Just goes to show you how much when you mess with like color and lighting and stuff like that, it kind of tweaks like what it looks like. I think this looks damn good too, dude.
Does the Clone Wars one have rolling eyeballs?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
This figure, man. This is super dope. I'm so glad they're doing this. This is like, so this is, I know people like, I know this was a limited figure. This is a figure for me that I would say this is like an appropriate figure to make limited. I think this is a perfect figure to do like a limited thing. This isn't going to appeal to a bunch of people. And you know what? Was proven in the lottery. I will say I met somebody told me, I forget who it was. If you're in the chat, you can let me know that they were over 5,000 in the queue and they were still able to get this figure. And I think, was he limited to 2,000 or was he 2,500?
I think it was 2,500 for this one.
Yeah, one of the two. It was 2,000 or 2,500. Yeah, I think the trooper might have been 2,000.
Correct me if I'm wrong, chat.
But yeah, so this is a great figure to make limited. What I will say, this was the first limited figure that I think was shown that I'm like, oh shit, like I do not want to miss this. I'm kind of glad it was just like easy to get. I was $779 in the lottery, so I ended up picking them up pretty much without a problem. Did you get in on this lottery, Justin?
No, I relaxed that day, man. This was one I wasn't going to deal with at all. I really, just to be honest with you, don't have a strong desire to get this figure. But I do agree 1,000%. This is what I like to see in a limited release. I've been saying for a while, I love like variant types, like certain scene specific versions of popular characters. Like I like this as a limited piece a lot. Like I would like to see them continue to go this route. Because like you said, not everybody's going to want this. And if you want the other version of Obi-Wan, you get the same sculpt. You get the more iconic outfit.
That's a good
point,
for
people who really want this, man, this is one that makes it a chase, that makes it a limited, that makes it feel like it's a personal grail of yours, you know, because it's one of your favorite characters and you have a version of that not everybody else has or even maybe wants. So I want to see more of that.
Well said. Oh, man. MB Dyson says I was over 5,000. I know we never had a chance. I don't know. Just what I was told. X-Men says this figure is freaking cool and it would be great to see a Satine. Dude, that would be so cool if they made Satine. That would be awesome. And then a lot of people say, who is Satine? I have no idea who that is. And
Satine Wren.
This is why I like, yeah. So if you don't watch Clone Wars, you're not going to care one bit about this figure whatsoever. But this is from a really amazing part of Clone Wars, an amazing arc that is very, very important just for Obi-Wan overall as a character, and just like what Obi-Wan has been through. And like, this is a really cool moment. Big Dog Pound says Kenobi and Mandalorian armor will reach the same price levels of Han and Luke in Stormtrooper disguise. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
Maybe. I mean,
there were a lot of people that passed on this, man. A lot of people that passed on this. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, I definitely think Luke and Han are more iconic. But I was that a limited piece as well? The Luke and
Obi-Wan Mandalorian. Great question. I know one of them. Well, so no, they weren't limited. They were. I know. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Luke was an exclusive. I can't remember if Han was as well. Somebody in the chat could probably tell me. But they were exclusive. But not. They're not. That doesn't mean they're limited. That just means they're like an exclusive special edition. That's really it. Yes, Valkyrie says Satine was the only love for Obi-Wan. Man, I can't believe people are missing out on that fact. Collection says it was me. Yes. Okay. So he messaged me and it said I was about 5,047. Never thought I'd get him. Stayed in line to get on the wait list. Was floored when I was able to order him. Dude, congrats. You must have been like last in line to get him. Must have been really, really close. Tristan says, since today is the anniversary of Phantom Menace, do we get an announcement? That would be really cool if they did one on the day of. It's Sunday night going into Monday morning. We could wake up to something, or we could see something tonight. We'll see. We shall see. I think it's
that'd be cool, but at this point, it's like it's got to be something big for me, man. I'm just
it's gonna be Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I mean, goodness. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the thing that sucks. That's what I want. No, but that's what I want. But it's like another Obi-Wan, you know. Like
this is what Hot Toys is gonna do. They're gonna give us these 2 Obi-Wans, and then they're gonna drop the Padawan Obi-Wan for pre-order, and then the show Obi-Wan's gonna come out like in a week from now.
Yeah. I don't want to sound ungrateful because I love all the releases we're getting. Trust me, I do. It's just like at a certain point, it's like, my God, I gotta have a week off.
Oh, it's funny. Hot Toys Nightmare says both Luke and Han's Stormtroopers were exclusives. There you have it. There you have it. Jose says he got this Kenobi but gave it to Figurecraft. By gave it, I'm gonna guess you made him pay the NRD immediately, and you're forcing him to pay you the pay in full, actually, probably right up front too. You didn't give it to him, just like the people in this chat give you memberships every month. Dang. Justin must not have heard me on that one, but that was a good burn right there.
I missed it.
Oh, you missed it? I won't repeat it.
I was reading some big news that we're going to be getting tonight.
Oh. Tristan says
I hope everybody's ready for that George Lucas figure.
Tristan says Artisan Qui-Gon. Look, I think an Artisan Qui-Gon is plausible. I think it's possible, like it might happen.
It's gonna be old version Qui-Gon, Force Ghost Qui-Gon that we get from the show. I've never been right on a prediction. I will not be right about this one.
Force Ghost Qui-Gon. Ryan says this figure is cool, but I don't think it works without getting the Duchess. So some people would think that if you don't get Duchess Satine, that maybe it doesn't work. For me, Kenobi, the GOAT to me in all of medias everywhere, #1 character ever. I gotta get him. Krivas says Jar Jar Deluxe with the creature that farted on him at the pod race dropping tonight. I could see us getting a Jar Jar. I would love to get a Jar Jar. Commander Green's in the house. He says, hey, everybody. What's up, man? Thank you so much for being here, Commander Green. Thank you for tuning into the show. Clinton says, my wallet needs a break. Jose says, wow, Steve, first comment of mine you read in a minute and you roast me. No, I fact-checked you. Hold on. I fact-checked Jose, who said he gave the Kenobi to Figurecraft. I gave it to Figurecraft. So you're telling me he didn't pay you for this? I need an answer, Jose. I need an answer from the fact checker. I'm fact checking you right now, sir.
Somebody tag Figurecraft. Let's get him in here. Let's find out. I'm
fact checking you right now. Calvin, don't defend this guy. Don't move Jose. I love the black and red on this one. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing, dude. I'm just messing with Jose. But I love the black and red, dude. Black and red is like my weakness. Like the fact that this is black and red too is just, yeah. Yes, a bonus. Artisan George Lucas, here we come with the green screen background. Han and Luke Stormtroopers, Bush Leia, Jyn Erso, now the Wandalorian. Or Wandalorian, that's funny. Oh man, here we go. Tristan, no, Steve the Goat is Revenge of the Sith, Anakin approaching the Jedi Temple. Facts. We got primetime reviews in the house. What's up, man? What's up, Brandon? He says, yo, what's up, dudes? What's up to you, dude? Thank you for tuning in to the show.
I want to get the version of Obi-Wan announced tonight from Phantom Menace, episode 1 Obi-Wan. Like I've been saying, I want the sliding door effect because I just that scene for that character in episode 1 where he gets Qui-Gon killed. That to me was the beginning of Obi-Wan's just whole arc. Letting his master die like that, letting a couple of doors stop him, like not being able to.
We're moving on. He
ran a 7.340. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh. We got 61 in the house, you guys. Please hit that like button and consider subscribe to the channel if you have not already. As I make my way on to 1,000 subs. We're almost there. Okay. I'm super excited about this figure. I was so surprised they dropped this, and I couldn't be more happy that they did. I picked one up. Oh shoot, you know what? I didn't do a poll. Well, I did do a poll. Okay, look at this. Clone Wars Kenobi, 38 votes. We're split right down the middle, 50-50.
That's about what I would expect. Yeah. Just with so many different versions of Obi-Wan, but I think a lot of people are waiting to see if we get a couple of, like, another Obi-Wan announcement. I know I am. Like, again, I already got that other show. I wonder how many people are on the 50% that are getting the Kenobi show version. That would be interesting to know. Let me know in the comments if you're getting one of those or what, because I'd love to know that. Yeah, for me, man, I'm happy for you that you got this, dude. I think this is a cool figure, especially if this is your favorite character or one of your favorite characters. I mean, I love Obi, don't get me wrong, but like, it's just not one I need. But yeah, dude, I love this type of limited release, though. This is what I like to see, personally.
I put up a poll for this new one. Did you get this limited Obi-Wan? You can let me know in the poll. I'm only going to run this one for like 2 minutes, maybe less than that, before we move on to the next figure here. Cage says, I really would have loved to see an Obi-Wan heel turn.
There's another universe
could you imagine
where
Obi-Wan on the dark side. Oh my gosh.
There's another universe where he gets through those doors after watching, pretty much being solely responsible for his master getting killed. But he goes up there, and him and Maul, it's a buddy comedy in episode 2.
You don't think Qui-Gon can handle himself, man? You're gonna diss him like that? You're gonna diss him like that?
I think Qui-Gon was waiting for Obi-Wan, and I will say Qui-Gon made a big mistake there.
You're telling me Qui-Gon's weaker than Obi-Wan because Obi-Wan ends up defeating him?
No, Qui-Gon is stronger. I think
twice,
Qui-Gon,
actually Obi-Wan defeats him in multiple times, but okay.
Continue. I have to wonder what the thought process was. I'm totally on board with mindfulness, right? But why Qui-Gon meditated? Why did he just wait?
I'm totally on board with mindfulness.
Just wait on Obi-Wan,
funny, man.
I mean, look.
That's funny.
He probably thought Obi-Wan could get through a couple of sliding doors. He's young. He's probably thinking, oh, he'll be able to catch up to me. But he never did.
Commander Grease says we need Obi-Wan from episode 1 and 2 like now. Yes, please. Dude, if they do an episode 2 Artisan Obi-Wan, I'm gonna lose my shit. Oh my god. That'll be a day long remembered.
Which one would you gonna have right now? You have to pick one. And you only get one and you'll never get the other. Episode 1 or episode 2?
I would like just between, like, if just Hot Toys releasing one of them.
Yeah, but you could never get the other one. So you're either getting Padawan Obi from episode 1 or you're getting. Yeah, me too. Because
like the likeness for episode 2 is already kind of there for some of the other ones. The only thing you're not getting is the longer hair. But at the same time, like Padawan Obi-Wan is Duel of the Fates is so important to what happens in Star Wars with Anakin, and just like that Duel of the Fates, it's called that for a reason. It's very, very like. It's a critical, it's a very critical moment in Star Wars. So
how long do you think Obi-Wan mourned Qui-Gon?
Oh, brother. Low-key collector got it. He says acquired. Oh, man. Jose says, wow. Okay, I gave him the order I placed, but yes. Whoa, now he's trying to say he gave him the order he placed. Get out of here with that, Jose. What do you mean you gave him the order? No, I'm pretty sure the order's still on your account, sir. That's fact check number 2, baby.
Order 66 or whatever. He gave him the order, man.
Oh, my God. That's funny. That's funny. Collection says must get all Obi-Wans. Yes. Yes. Commander Green says I was lucky to get this Obi, but I do agree this is this as far as a one-off exclusive makes more sense than any other version. Yeah, I think this is like the perfect kind of limited figure to do, right? I think that's a great great one to do for sure. Oh, Valkyrie missed out. Luck was not with me when I tried to buy Obi-Wan. I feel like this one might be a little bit easier to get potentially in the short term when it releases, but I don't know. You never know. Like this sold out. I'm sure it's already going crazy on eBay. Haven't looked it up. Obi lost to Maul though. Maul was just showing off too much. Oh man, get out of here. Come on.
I don't know, man. That's a reach.
Hold on. He showed off so much that he was willing to risk his life for, and then he died. Actually, he didn't die, but you know what I'm saying. Oh, we got Erwin Torres in the house. Yeah, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. Yeah, Maul was playing too much. Come on, you guys. Don't give a pass to Maul because Obi-Wan to go kill him. And then, okay, what happened the second time then? What happened the second time that Maul died? I'll leave it at that. Honest Ansel says, when is the DX Obi-Wan coming? And saying how long it's taking. Well, now we know why the Kenobi show Obi-Wan was delayed, because they released the Clone Wars one and then they released this one the same week. There you go.
Here's my theory. I think that they have done a complete rehaul of the head sculpt for the Kenobi version, and they released this one because they had, and I think that this was, since they were going to release these two, I wouldn't be shocked if we get a updated, better head sculpt for that Kenobi show version. I just like the look of that character. I love kind of the weathered Obi-Wan look. I really do. I really like it. Yeah. But I personally think that, like, I think it might be a good thing that we're having to wait on this one, because I think that it could be a special figure if they get that sculpt right.
Yeah, I'm super excited for this, man. I'm going to close out the poll. We can stop talking about Obi-Wan for now.
Who made a bigger mistake, though? This is for chat, Steve. You don't have to answer this because I know what you'll say. Chat, who made the bigger mistake? Qui-Gon meditating and not waiting on Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan not, I know that there was no sound or whatever, but Obi-Wan not catching up fast enough. Or Maul playing around with Obi-Wan, like, with that lightsaber, like kind of taunting him a little bit. What was the biggest mistake there? Because there was a lot of mistakes being made. I mean,
Did you get this limited Obi-Wan? No. 65%. Yes, 35%.
This is the stuff we really need to be talking about, because this is the stuff.
Well, hold on a second. I think that you have to remember, though, that like this was the first Sith that's been encountered in a very long time. You know what I mean? Like you don't. Yeah. Like it's not like they couldn't prepare for this.
But he could have prepared for it. He had enough time to meditate on it. You don't think in his mind's eye,
man, it had to happen. Duel of the Fates, it had to happen, man.
I mean, the script made it happen.
It had to happen the way that it did.
But we don't get Liam Neeson.
What happened? Then
because
Obi-Wan. Then we get Obi-Wan training Anakin. It all falls into place the way that it's supposed to happen. Man.
I think I wanted to see the movie in between episode 1 and episode 2. I want to see Obi-Wan dealing with the ramifications of Qui-Gon being dead. We never got that. And I wish we would have. That's something that they could have explored. I hope they do that in the show. They explore that a little bit. That's what we need to see. He needs to maybe apologize to his Force ghost. Like, I'm sorry. Like, but you were meditating. I wanted to help, but like you were meditating. Like, why didn't you wait on me? You know what I mean?
Clinton Martin said this is going for 500 on eBay. Damn. Yeah, it's probably going to go for a pretty penny early on. Also, to answer your question, probably within, I'm going to guess what? Didn't it get delayed, to June, July? I forget. Or is it now June? Did it get pushed to June? I forget when it is. I forget.
June, July is what it said. So
I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess within, we're going to have him released within a month. That's what I'm going to say. Commander Green says eventually Obi-Wan put Maul in his place, and easily. Let's not forget that.
Why did Obi-Wan do 3 cartwheels and backflips to get over Maul, but he couldn't rush through the doors?
Grievous says sand in Maul's robot legs made him slower.
Can somebody in the chat back me up on this, man? I mean, we saw the same movie, didn't we?
We saw the same movie. Jose says, any thoughts on them using / stealing photos of this Obi-Wan from a custom artist using it on the art box? Did you see this, Justin?
Not at all.
So I don't want to get too much into this because this could turn into a whole rabbit hole of a conversation, but there was a guy on Instagram who does custom work who made this figure custom, and he has 2 photos of the figure posed in 2 separate like kind of action poses. They were both put onto the Hot Toys art box, the slip cover, like when you take the main lid off and you have that art cover. It looks like both of his figures, and I think he did this back in like 2021 or something, if I remember reading the post correctly. I forget exactly. I don't know if I'm 100% right in what I'm saying with this, but on that art cover, the poses of this Obi-Wan in the helmet look to be the exact same from the guy's custom work. So it looks like they took the 2 poses and put them right from his photos of his custom right onto the art box. Any thoughts on them using or stealing photos from a custom artist? It sucks. I mean, that happened. And I wouldn't be surprised if like somebody ends up, they figure out, I'm sure like, I mean, if it were me, I'll tell you what I would do if it were me. I would at least try to reach out and find out like how this happened. But what I will say is this is really tricky because when it comes to like, I'm trying to be careful with what I'm saying here because I get that like he made the figure, but at the same time, he doesn't own the rights to this character. So it gets really tricky. Like, does he have a legal ground to stand on when it, like, I know I saw a lot of people say like, oh, you should file a lawsuit. You should sue Hot Toys. They have no right to steal your work like that. I don't know if you really have any legal ground for that because they could have said, hey, Hot Toys could easily also say, no, we took our figure that we have, put him in this pose. Like, yeah, your photo showed the pose of this figure and we put that on our art box. Like, there's just I just don't see like, you're not going to win a lawsuit for this. You're just not going to win a lawsuit for a figure that you created that's based on Star Wars, which is owned by Disney. Like, I just don't think there's really legal ground to stand on. Does it suck that they stole his work that he created? If that's what truly happened, we don't know if that truly happened, but I'm saying, allegedly, if that's what happened, then that sucks. That's the main thing. And they shouldn't do that. I think that's what I have to say about it. Justin, you got anything to add?
No, because I don't know anything about it. And
well,
so
there you go. You just heard the whole situation. It just sucks. Like, you don't want to see, if that happened, you don't want to see anybody. And like, who knows how it happened? I would think maybe like somebody just like looked it up online and like took the artwork or something. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, it sucks. Never want to see that happen. Stacy says everything happened the way the Force wanted it to happen. Thank you. He's talking about Duel of the Fates.
I mean, that's a fair point, Stacy. That's a fair point. But
Clinton
can we answer?
Obi's expected to ship June to September. That's for Kenobi. Damn.
I want to talk about Christian Cooper's comment.
What do you say?
Right below Clinton Martin.
How come Obi did use Force Run to get to Qui-Gon like he did it in the beginning of the movie?
You see, Christian, there's never any answers, Christian. There's never any answers. We can never question it. We can never be like, why didn't he do it? Why didn't he do it? You know, again, I get the whole Force thing. I get it. But no, like, we can't at least discuss that maybe a couple of mistakes were made. Maybe if they had to do it over again, they might have made a couple of different decisions. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I would have liked to see Liam Neeson in the sequel.
X-Man brings up a great point. Honestly, Mace made the biggest mistake. By continually showing Anakin distrust, could have changed the entire outcome with the whole mess. Of that whole mess, if he just gained Anakin's trust. That's because Mace, that's because, and we'll get to it, Mace is a mid-tier Jedi. Okay, that's why.
I gotta
That's why.
defend Mace.
Hold on. I was like, no, we're gonna talk all about it when we get to
No,
Mace.
man,
You can say whatever you want
no.
about Mace
Let me
Windu.
say this one thing, bro. Let me say this one thing. Listen. Mace had every right to distrust Anakin, man. Do we not remember what this man did? And we're gonna say that it was because of Mace. This dude decided to do all this shit that he did because of Mace. We're not gonna blame his master. We're not gonna blame leadership on Obi-Wan at all. Obi-Wan
has nothing to do with this, man.
That is
Obi-Wan thinks he
wild.
did. Obi-Wan thinks that he failed him, but what does Anakin say? No, you didn't fail me, man. No.
I didn't say he
You
failed
didn't kill
him.
Anakin
I didn't say he failed him.
Skywalker. I did.
I didn't-
All right, we'll get to it. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it.
That was good. That was good though. That was a good one, man.
We're gonna get to it. But great point, X-Man. I love it. Great point. Let's see here. Yeah, MBW says, yeah, the artist doing the box must have Google's images. Yeah, it's probably just some afterthought of an attempt and just, oh, nothing's really gonna come of this because we have the figure right here. But yeah, it sucks. But Tristan says, yeah, can we talk about the other goat before Obi? Mace. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Mace. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Honest Hansel said, yeah, I think it's smart that he is trying to use Hot Toys stealing his art to get a job. So I just want to make it just clear from my standpoint for sure. Like, I don't know if they really took his work. Like, you got to be just like really careful in these situations too, of like for sure saying that that's what happened. I try to like, I don't want to jump. I just don't want to jump to conclusions, but if that happened, yeah, it sucks. But yeah, I did see he was being pretty positive about it. Like, oh, maybe this, maybe they'll at least reach out and talk to him about it. And maybe they'll be like, oh, we really like your work. And there you go. That'd be cool. Yeah, Clint Martin says it's his intellectual property. The photos, he does not have any rights to the figure. That's a fair point. Like, oh, I took these photos, but yeah, this is where it gets really tricky. The photos look identical, but can you prove it's the photo versus them posing the figure? Like, what if they took their figure and posed it that exact same way and put it on the art box? You know what I mean? It's like that argument probably would potentially hold up if they just said they did that. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how that stuff works.
Do y'all notice how Steve is complete?
No one had
like,
force. He has so many.
Yeah, he won't answer the questions, Christian. He won't answer the questions, bro. Obi-Wan, hey, guess what? Obi-Wan, he had nothing to do with Anakin turning. But Mace, because he was rude to him on a couple of Jedi Council meetings, we're gonna blame Mace Windu and call him mid-tier Jedi, bro. Like Mace was the one.
I didn't say that he was a mid-tier. I didn't say that was the only reason why he's mid-tier, but it's okay. We'll get to it.
Dude, Mace.
He also underestimated Palpatine big time by standing himself next to an exposed window like a fool.
That's the script. The script betrayed
That's
Mace,
man. Dude. Mace shouldn't have done that. Okay. No, hell no. Christian says if you were more like a father figure instead of pals. Yeah, if Mace was more of a father figure to Anakin instead of Palpatine. Tristan
Chris
says
is
Mace
the
is the
only
real
one,
goat.
man.
Okay.
There's a couple other people out there, man. I appreciate
Jose says, or why didn't Qui-Gon just use the Force to block Maul's lightsaber? Hold on, why didn't Qui-Gon just defeat Maul? That's my next question.
That's a good point too.
So if he would have bested Darth Maul himself as a Jedi, you gotta hold on. Let's do a root cause analysis. This starts at Qui-Gon losing. Don't blame everybody else. Qui-Gon straight up lost. He lost.
I put a lot of blame on Qui-Gon as well. I do think Obi-Wan could have ran faster. And I think that they could have maybe, I don't know, used the fact that there was two of them to their advantage.
Oh man,
and waited on one another.
I'm not saying Mace was the only problem, but his overbearing zealousness certainly didn't help in any situation. It could be argued that his convictions contributed heavily to Dooku's fall based on what was said and we saw in Tales of the Jedi. You're dang right. Mace, yeah, this had something to do with like Dooku. And then look at Cage says, not to mention the underlying jealousy he had towards Anakin. It's all over the Revenge of the Sith novel. Dude, Mace,
you're right. Yeah, we can't go based on the movies no more. We gotta wait till 2024 to get more information because they need some more content. So they hire some more writers, bro. We're really putting this on Mace. We're putting this on Mace. Anakin. That's crazy, bro. Obi-Wan gets no responsibility. He gets 5 figures. Obi-Wan's a hero. Everybody loves Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's great. I love Obi-Wan too. But dude, this is Mace's fault because he was rude to him on a couple of Jedi Council meetings. Maybe people should have listened to Mace a little bit more. Maybe Mace saw that, hey, this guy seems like he's capable of some serious evil. Maybe we should, I don't know, pump the brakes a little bit. But
if you would have trusted him, Anakin wouldn't have thought it. Anyways, moving on here. Clinton Martin says, if you took Hot Toy photos and used it to sell something. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by this comment. If you want to elaborate, you can. Let's see here. Oh, Tristan says he also mopped Palpatine.
He did. He did.
Jeffrey, what's up, Jeffrey? Jeffrey's in the house. We underestimate Obi-Wan's power. Thank you. That's correct.
He's great until it comes to sliding doors.
Great point here by X-Man. I think Palpatine getting wrecked by Mace was largely performative, only for the benefit of helping to push Anakin over to the dark side. I'm too weak.
No.
I can't hold it any longer.
Nah, dude, come on. Now we're not even giving that space.
Please.
Now Mace doesn't even get that moment, man.
Palpatine started becoming like a puppy with his tail between his legs so that Anakin would kill Mace. That's all for show, man. That's exactly what he wanted. Then unlimited power.
I just can't believe we're completely making Mace. Just every cool thing he's ever done, we're taking from him, and we're blaming everything on him.
Hold on, I love Tristan's all caps. My favorite Star Wars character is Anakin, but it's not Mace's fault. It's Anakin's own damn fault. He let his visions get the best of him. I love it. Dude, I love the all caps. It's hilarious. We got channel member 1 Adam 12 in the house. What's up, Adam? He says, hey guys, happy 25th for the Phantom Menace and 19th for Revenge of the Sith. That's wild, man. Yeah, happy official 25th anniversary today. I was a 7-year-old boy walking into the movie theater 25 years ago. Crazy. Never forget it. And then he follows up that with Mace was a dick to Anakin. Oh, John Doe. What's up, John Doe? He says Mace Windu arrogance blinded him. There you go.
How was he blinded? He saw.
Kriva says if Sebulba had just taken out Anakin in the pod race, none of this would have happened.
That's actually pretty accurate right there.
Oh my gosh. And Adam says he does like Mace. MB Dice says, well, when Lucas makes such little live action content, they had to fill it in with games, comics, novels, animated series. Yeah. Oh, I see. Clint Martin says, do you think Hot Toys would sue someone if I stole their photos to sell your figure? Great. But maybe it's tricky, man. I don't really, like I said, I don't even really have I didn't want to get too much into this conversation because it's just, like I said, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how this stuff legally works. What a lawsuit, if you even have legal ground to stand on the situation. All I know is it sucks. If that's truly what happened, then that really sucks and not cool to do that. Obviously not cool. We got Eric Hankey, another channel member in the stream. He says, just coming into the stream, welcome in. You came into a craziness. We got Renz, the Talentino in the house. He says, hello there. What's up, Renz? What's up, dude? Thank you for being here. Tristan says Steve is just mad because Obi never had a chance against Papa Palps, like Yoda said. Oh man, now we're taking shots. Let's see. Palpatine getting changed in a matter of seconds was one of the stupidest things in all of Star Wars. Him looking like that should have been from decades of decay from embracing the dark side. I don't know, man. The dark side is a path many would consider unnatural. Stacy says Anakin was blinded by Padme's beauty. Who could blame him? It's always about a woman. Fair point. My lord, is that legal? Justin, are you sick of it yet?
No, I'll tell you what I'm sick of. I'm sick of Anakin getting a pass, bro. Like it's Mace. The fact that we're now taking Mace's like badass moment away from him now because he was standing too close to a window, and now we're saying that he was given that fight, dude. Mace is extremely strong. Mace is a great Jedi, bro.
You're
And,
under
yeah.
arrest. Ah! That's because Mace could see shatter points as he himself was Qui-Gon's shatter point. Exactly. Oh, let's go.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Cage. That shit goes way over my head, bro. So I'll take your word for it, man. I have no idea. Like, that goes over my head a little bit.
Clinton says it's Yoda's fault. He foresaw all of this and did nothing. Went to Dagobah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, Yoda has some sins to answer for as well.
Not taking 10 seconds of force lightning feedback. Yep, Mace saw all the shatter points in that window. Loki says he's a BMF, man.
Dude, it's crazy how Mace would have 1v2'd Anakin as well. Like,
dude, people are getting really into this. I'm going to end this once and for all. Mace
I
is
love
the man.
Mace. I'm loving Mace more now than I ever did because I have to defend him constantly, man, with Steve. He's calling him a mid-tier Jedi.
Hold on. What should the question be for the chat about Mace?
Whose fault is it that Anakin turned into the Dark Lord? That's what it should be.
Safel's now. Hi, Steven Justin popping in to say have a great stream. A man's heading to bed. Gonna catch a replay, dude. You're gonna want to catch a replay on this one because this has gotten wild for the past like 20 minutes. Of the
we
show.
Got so much other shit to talk about.
We've gone off the rails. Got a lot to talk about. We're 2 figures in out of 7 or whatever it is. But thank you for stopping by, bro. Good to see you as always. Thank you for stopping in.
When they make another show about Mace, when they do another series about Mace, everybody, Christian, all the people defending Mace, listen, people like Steve who've been hating on him, all of a sudden, oh my God, Mace is so badass. He's so cool. Why don't we write a novel where Mace does some badass shit? Like, why don't we do that for a change? You know, instead of blaming all of Anakin and Obi-Wan's problems on Mace. Somebody said it best. Yoda gets a pass? Come on, man.
It's all Obi-Wan's fault. He's holding me back. Wait, hold on. Now we're talking about we're taking crybaby Anakin's word for it. No, dude, no way.
X-Men has probably the most accurate.
It's all George Lucas.
That's actually like it does come down to the script.
All right, look at this. See, we got Curtis Booth in the house. What's up, Curtis? He says, "Can't wait to hear your opinions for Papa Palps." That is a signal for shut up, you guys, and move on and stop talking about this jabroni Mace Windu.
Okay.
You guys ever wonder how it would have been if Tupac played Mace? Yeah, that would have been interesting. That would have been very interesting if that would have happened. Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, it would have been kind of crazy if Tupac would have lived to play the role. Yeah, that would have been very interesting. Rest in peace, Tupac. All right, last one. Padme's 100% to blame for Annie turning to the dark side. I'm sorry, my girl ain't gallivanting around the galaxy with my friend. It's always a girl's fault. Justin, the people are with you, bro. Get out of here.
I'm glad, Christian. I appreciate everybody in the chat having my back.
We only got 20. Hold on. We got 61 people in here. We only got 23 votes, guys. Is Mace Windu a mid-tier Jedi? Please let us know in the poll in the chat.
Please vote.
Please vote.
And vote with your hearts and your minds. And don't listen to Steve on this.
Oh man, X-Men, dude, you showed up for the right show, bro. I'm so glad you're here tonight, man. This was for Justin and I backstage talking about like, man, we got a lot to get through tonight. Like it's gonna be a jam-packed show. Like we got to kind of like stay on point. Nope. Crazy. It was not Obi-Wan's fault, Christian. How dare you? Oh man. Okay, let's move on.
Let's move on.
I think I closed the poll for this. What did I say? It was 65-35. So kind of almost pretty close to like, what is that? About like 2/3 of the people not getting it. So that's kind of like makes sense for an exclusive, right? Something that's limited.
Yeah. I think that's a good number for a limited piece like this.
All right, last comment. This is the last one I'll pull up. Not that it's one way or another. It's kind of right in the middle. Whoa, that's definitely not that one. Mace is
absolutely Eric.
Mace is mid. He's to blame for Anakin downfall, always being a Karen.
I cannot believe Mace is taking all this heat. He told him he couldn't go on the field trip once. He told him, hey, maybe we shouldn't let him go there. Oh man. Now, whatever.
Obi did say he failed him. Then immediately after that, Obi-Wan cut him in half. Amazing. Amazing. Gotta love it.
Oh man, I love Star Wars.
I love Star Wars. That is S tier content right there. So okay, Obi-Wan coming home, both of them. You guys already know from me. Obi-Wan's the GOAT. All Obi-Wans are coming home, but I got super excited about that figure. What an incredible just announcement. Limited, kind of freaked me out that it was limited because I was like, this is one I really need to get. End up getting it. Great. Very happy. Let's move on. Right after that, let me see what's on here. None of this. We already talked about Loki. Sorry, I'm just gonna do this old-fashioned way and start scrolling. But I know we got Palpatine, but I want to touch on the Commando real quick. And he actually got, like, there were release photos, there were blogger photos that came out. So I just want to touch on this real quick. Justin, did you get this? Did you get this figure? Whoops. Did you get this guy?
I didn't think I was going to. I kind of got into the lottery because I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I got into the lottery because I was initially going to have Steve and Connor's back on if they couldn't get it. So like I was talking to them on Instagram. I was like, hey, do you want me to jump in just in case? They're like, yeah, dude, that'd be great. They both were able to get it. I just spoiled it. Sorry, Steve. But all I'm saying is, yeah, I didn't mean to spoil your part. But anyway, I did pick this up because the more I looked at it, I really liked it. And honestly, I kind of wanted to go ahead and get it also because I hadn't heard back from Connor either. So it's one that I'll be happy if I end up with, but I was basically getting it because I was going to, like, you know, kind of what Mike did for me when he got, or Thrawn's office did for me when he got the Jack Sparrow. I wanted to kind of pay that forward for one of them if they weren't able to get it. So, but yes, I was able to get this. I was having a lot of trouble with it. I mean, Steve saved me a little bit on it, to be honest with you. He sent me like a different link. Like he sent me the same link, but it worked when I went
like try refreshing. Because it saves your place in line usually. Like if you're in the same browser or whatever, it'll save your place in line. But like, yeah, dude, it was a mess, man. It was like I got this figure. So I don't know if I was like number one. My thing loaded right into it. Like, so I was one of the top whatever ones I loaded. I got in, the queue happened. It said like waiting to whatever. It's like, you're in the random queue. And I popped right into the website. It took me 10 minutes to buy it. So I was in there. I hit add to cart. It started spinning. Before I finish my story, I just want to give a huge shout out to Grand Admiral Howard Potts, who's in the house. Says, what a week from Hot Toys for Star Wars. Maybe the best yet. We'll watch as long as my internet permits. Thank you so much for being here, bro. Always good to see you in for a live stream. I have enjoyed talking to you on the outskirts as well. But anyway, so I added to cart. It was spinning. It took a while. Then I got to my cart page, and then when then you go to like proceed to checkout. So I was at the cart and I hit it. It spun for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, I'm not gonna touch it. I don't want to mess with anything. And then all of a sudden I get like that Cloudflare timeout error. It like completely times out, and then I'm hitting refresh. It spins for like another minute, and then it's failing, and then all of a sudden it goes into the checkout. So I'm like, okay, I'm here, and I hit everything and click it, and then maybe another minute it spun, and then it went through. But it took me a solid 10 minutes from when I got in, and like, so this is what I'm saying is like, I know a lot of people have their they have their thoughts about this clone trooper, or I should say this like kind of like, I got a cough. This like Commando, but the power of clones, man. Power of clones is crazy.
The more I looked at this, the more I really like this figure, man.
It's a badass figure, man.
Yeah, I'm not upset. I don't have any of the bad badge, which makes it kind of weird. But like I said, man, if I just end up with this, like I'm kind of okay with it. But obviously, if somebody somebody didn't get snag this one or something, but everybody I was talking to, I feel like that wanted it was able to get it. Was there anybody that missed out that you know of, Steve, that like really wanted this one? Or
well, first let me end the poll about Mace Windu. Is Mace Windu a mid-tier Jedi? We got the poll's not loading on my end. I can't see anything.
It's overwhelming.
Can't see anything on the poll. What happened to the poll? Oh, it's gone.
Mace S tier.
We got no 74%. Yes, 25. What is this? 1 in 4 think Mace is a mid-tier. Dang, that's sad. That's sad. X-Men says, but where is Gregor? Dude, so I know a lot of people are mad about this because it's not accurate. Like it has like reused parts from Hunter from the Bad Batch. Like And it's based on the Bad Batch, so the proportions are just not the same as if you go for like Republic Commando. But I think it looks badass regardless. I kind of want to, no lie. I kind of want to potentially get a second one. Like, this is that kind of unique trooper style where it's like, dang, this is badass, man. Badass. Oh, you're good. I'm coughing too. I don't know why.
Yeah, dude, it's allergies.
I mowed my lawn for like hour and a half before.
But that was me. I that's probably what it is. I did that too.
I was outside and shit was flying around everywhere. It sucked. But dude, this is badass. Sorry, we're gonna say.
Dude. No, I was just saying, like, you know, I feel like I need. Can I have this one without? I mean, again, technically I can, but would this be weird to have without the Bad Batch just because of the style? Okay.
No, I would say honestly, like, it's a good question of like, would people get this if they hit like? Would you put this with the Bad Batch? Like, I'm not sure I'm going to put this with the Bad Batch. I might have it separately.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, I might have it separate. Yeah. Putting up a poll.
Yeah, I really like the finish on the finish on the armor, the way it looks with these and the Bad Batch figures. Like, I think they did a really good job with like just the aesthetic of that in making something that's animated into a live action somewhat figure. And I don't know, man. I just think it looks really good. Like, I don't have any connection with this one. I'm not gonna lie to you. The fact that it's limited has some appeal to me, but overall, like, this is a really cool looking figure to me. So I'm actually pretty excited to potentially keep it again, unless you need that second one day and I get tired of it or something.
Yeah, dude, I think you should keep it. It's cool.
700 cool. Friends and family. Just let me know.
Yeah, all right. It kind of sucks. Like, it sucks when troopers get limited.
Yeah.
It sucks when troopers get limited. You can put this with any of the clones. Steven with the V says, I saw a picture with a bunch of clones and it looked way good. It looks really good. Oh,
nice. Yeah, I bet it does, man. Good point.
Ooh, and black with a red visor. That would look badass. The shoulder pads on the shows. Yeah. The shoulder pads on the show were oversized. This looks better. Some people like kind of the bigger look of the Republic Commando game as well. Like, that's where I think like the bigger, bulkier style look actually looks better. And then like if they would have made the parts more accurate, I think that would have been cooler. But nevertheless, I think it looks cool. We got Tristan saying Obi is mid tier. Get out of here. Eric Henke says, I bought one overseas and I was in the 500 range. It took me 5 minutes on Sideshow to check out. Got two overseas. Shipping next week. Dang, congratulations. That's dope. Valkyrie says, I'll keep it with my Stormtrooper since it's an Imperial Commando. Yeah, like these are in like the Bad Batch, obviously. So like you could have them with, yeah, really whatever. You could have them kind of wherever you want them. As far as different troopers and stuff go, I think it's cool. Who's more elite, commander, like the clone commandos or ARC troopers? Good question. I don't know where they fall in the ranking. Like they're kind of both like kind of specialized style troopers. Great question. We got Frank Flores in the house. Says, what up? What's up, Frank? Thank you so much for tuning in to the show. Good to see you in here. We got Tremble Dust as well, who says, hey people, what's up, Tremble Dust? Thank you for being here. Good to see you guys in the chat. Big Dog Pound 1 says, this clone commando's badass. I agree. Looks really cool. So yeah, this was the one where like the lottery actually broke the site. So like you cannot underestimate the power of clones because people want clones and trooper and army builders. And like I saw a bunch of posts about people wanting multiples of this, you know. So he looks cool. I like the light up visor. I also like how the visor's painted, like it's already like, I don't know if it's painted or if it's like how they colored it. I'm gonna guess paint, but it's already blue if you don't light it up. I think that's really cool.
It's kind of what we talked about with that base. Yeah. Remember that base for Iron Man we kind of talked about? Yep.
It looks like that. Yeah, I think that's a smart thing for them to do. This looks cool, man. But yeah, I would like, could it be more accurate? Yes. Would it have made it better? Probably, but I'm fine with how it looks. I think it looks badass regardless. I'm happy with it. Sucks that it's limited for people who wanted multiples. But
and I know people that really wanted it. Here, a guy like me who's like, man, I really wasn't gonna get this. I was just kind of getting it for a couple of buddies of mine. But
the thing is you have to make that decision. Like, if you also like, it's better honestly when you're on the fence and you're in the lottery I guess if you really don't want it and you're like, I'm never gonna want this, like people who said like I don't want this Obi-Wan figure, I don't connect to it, I just don't want it, fine. If it's like a trooper, maybe it's something else, you're like, hey, I like this character, like let me think on it.
Yeah.
Like you have the lottery time, you have 10 minutes. Once you get in, you have 10 minutes to buy it from your cart. That's your decision. So like I say, if you're on the fence more so, I would just lean towards like pre-ordering it, because you know if it's limited, you're going to easily be able to offload it. But like you don't want to look back on it and be like, damn, like I pre-ordered this and it looks amazing and now I'm stuck. Like I don't have it, and I had it in my cart. I could have bought it. And like you don't, it's really tough when your hand is forced when you have very limited time to pay for it.
Yeah, well, even on my video where I talked about this, like I was even saying like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up, but honestly, this is like my favorite looking figure that we're talking about, like that was dropped, you know, out of all these three. Like I really like the way it looks, and again, the price point didn't hurt either. I like, you know, it came in at like, what was it, like 260 or something, like 265.
Yeah, I forget exactly what it was.
But anyway, that was nice too, because the last couple of limited pieces, you know, again, they've been artisan, but upwards of like, you know, $450. So it was kind of nice to be able to get a trooper at like retail.
$255.
Yeah, dude, that was another reason too, because I was like, man, I do like this. Is it a figure I would have, you know, it's kind of like that Umbra Trooper, right? I didn't even really go for that one at all, because this one really did appeal to me, the look of it. I really like it. And when people kind of started saying like, hey, you can put this with your clone display and stuff, I was like, dude, that's a great point. So I don't even need the Bad Batch with this one, because I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole. It's just like way too much money at this point for me to like go all in on that. But yeah, I'm happy I was able to get it, because I've been wanting some more troopers. I'm definitely getting the Stormtrooper ones, you know, the ones I guess that are technically from Return of the Jedi or whatever.
Yeah, that's just labeled Stormtrooper.
Yeah. So again, I'm kind of excited building out some of the troopers. I'm not going to army build personally yet. I'm good with just this one, but I totally get why people want to have multiples.
People always want multiples of troopers. Clint says, I think this looks good, even though a lot of people are saying it's just a repaint, too skinny. Yeah, I think it looks cool too. I think the helmet is what really gives it just like that really cool look. That's
and I like the backpack or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, you know? That looks cool too. Curtis Booth says the real question is, where's Commander Wolf? Dude, for real. For real. Rick says 265, 255. Tongue face laughing, winking. Thank you, Brick. I think Hot Toys is going to milk this and give us repaints like all white, Scorch, and so on. If they do a Scorch and it's inaccurate, that might kind of like, you got to make, when you do the names, you got to like, I feel like that would bother me more. You got to make it accurate. But who knows? But anyways, looks cool. I'm happy I got it. So we got this announced, and this is a release. So this is obviously out. Obi-Wan is also out. Also, I just want to say real quick, we talked about Obi-Wan, how limited he was earlier in the show. So this one is 2,500, limited to 2,500 worldwide, and Obi-Wan is limited to 2,000 worldwide.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that was why Obi-Wan kind of freaked me out, because I was like, damn, that's not a lot. That's really not a lot.
Right.
But anyways, that was it for limiteds. And then we got the reveal of this guy right here.
Wow.
Let's go.
Look what Mace did to him.
Darth Sidious from Revenge of the Sith. And my dogs are barking for no reason. Hold on.
Yeah, so yeah.
All right, I'm back. Go ahead. Let me know your thoughts on Darth Sidious.
I like it. I mean, I really like it. I mean, I'm just thinking about all the, you know, I'm thinking about Mace, you know, about like what
you keep talking,
what could have been. No, I really like this one. Like I said, what's cool about this one, it's more of like, I want the character as opposed to like, I think the figure looks phenomenal. That's just me personally. I'm not saying it looks bad or anything, but it is kind of like a basic, kind of like a, you know, just, you know, your basic look for this. I think this one's what, like 280 or something?
265, man.
265. So that's what I'm saying. Like this is a character I want in the display. Yeah, I'm gonna recreate the scene by the window. I'm gonna recreate that.
God, he tricked Mace so easily.
I'm gonna make my own little fan fiction where Mace finishes the job.
What a mid-tier mistake by Mace. Continue.
I'm not taking it. I'm not taking that bait, man. No, this looks really good. Like again, this one looks really good. I'm gonna be picking it up because I don't have this character and I want this character for sure. And I'm kind of getting a lot of prequel figures right now, so I'm gonna definitely want this one.
Dude, what do you think of this? What do you think of this face?
That's the thing. I'm good with it. I don't know. It just doesn't. I kind of said this in my video. Like I'm kind of meeting this figure with like
first look. Let's go.
Yeah, like I'm kind of meeting this figure with like, oh, this is definitely, yeah, I'm probably getting this, but it's not met with that same level of like, oh my god, dude, like look what just got released. Like again, I think it's an iconic character. I definitely want it. But yeah, dude, it really does come down to that sculpt. I mean, that's how I would display it, is with those lightning hands, bro.
This is a dope figure. Yeah, the lightning effects into his fingers is very cool.
Yeah,
like this is so cool looking.
Yeah, and I don't want to sound like I'm not hyped for the figure. It's just that's what happens when you get 500 announcements in 2 weeks. You almost get like,
yeah.
I mean, it's sad. Like, think about if Sidious would have been announced when nothing else was announced. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'd probably be more hyped for it. But we've gotten so many announcements, dude, that it's truly hard to keep up with all this shit.
Cage is very excited. He loves Palpatine, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember you telling me that. That's like his #1 character, right? In Star Wars.
Yeah, he loves Palpatine, dude. Tremble House says shaking my head and Mace being mid-tier. The nerve. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh man. The M in BMF stands for mid. Oh, you guys are hilarious, man. We got Fig Fate now. So what's up, Fig Fate? He says the Jedi are taking over.
I like
what's
how
up,
you
dude?
just
Thanks
go
so much
over
for tuning
Tristan.
into the show.
You just go over Tristan's comment where he.
Oh, on this one, Obi-Wan let Anakin fall to the dark side. What a mid-tier mistake. Hold on. He tried to stop him. He tried to prevent him and told him he was his brother.
Oh, it was too late then. At that point, he had done.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just glad that the chat made you finally see, dude, that like you're
man,
on an
but
island.
Anakin's master was holding him back.
I think Obi-Wan is S tier as well, bro. But the fact that we're trying to even entertain that Mace is somehow mid tier. Are you kidding me, dude? Like, let's not go on this again because I could go on about this all day. Let me finish up my thoughts on this figure, and then I want you to talk about it, Steve. I'm excited for this figure. I would have been more excited for it if we wouldn't have just gotten like news after news after news. Like this week has been filled with so much stuff that like you almost forget all the stuff that's been announced or released this week. It's been that jam-packed.
It's been crazy, dude. So was this comment. Yeah. George Lucas has said that Palpatine threw the fight because he sensed Anakin enter the building and had to turn to Anakin and appear to need his help. I'm too weak. Help me. I can't hold it any longer.
I like how we just get to I like how we just
Oh man.
I like how now we can't even watch the movie anymore. Like we got it like 30 years later.
Dude, I am the movie. I am the movie right now. I've been replaying it this whole time with all my commentary.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say in your home theater.
Big touche. Fake Face says Palpatine's one of my favorite characters of all time. While I'm getting this figure, but Revenge of the Sith is my jam. I don't love this sculpt. It's a great evil sculpt, but a terrible likeness to Ian McDiarmid. I've seen some like back kind of different takes on this one for sure, as far as that sculpt goes. In my humble opinion. No, thank you for sharing your opinion, man. Like, yeah, I've seen some like different takes on this, and like whether or not this really looks accurate, and like it's interesting. It's interesting for sure.
Are you getting the Clone War? I mean, I already know the answer to this, but I just for the chat too. Like, are you getting that Clone Wars Palpatine?
I'm not getting it at release, but I'm really hoping they. Honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna get it unless they release a Savaja press.
Yeah, I just like that version. I'm kind of like what Fig Fate's saying. Like I
like that. I will say this one is definitely accurate to like him wearing all of like the prosthetics that he had on and stuff like that to make him look like this. I think that's one of the problems. Like he looked like this from all the stuff that he had on. Like it doesn't look necessarily like Ian McDiarmid, but it looks like how they had him in the film. Like I think it's an accurate representation of that, but also like his robes make up all that stuff too.
But I do like that. What Fig Fate's saying, like I kind of agree with it a little bit.
But I would say this, this doesn't look as like the other one, like the Clone Wars one. You can see.
That's
like,
what I was going to say.
Right?
That's the version of Palpatine I really like. This version just reminds me of Mace just working him the whole movie, like just absolutely just demolishing him because he's S tier Jedi. Here's the thing though.
Wait, hold on one second. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No,
I want to move this over because this is what I was talking about right here. Hold on. Sorry, I'm cropping this the wrong way. I want to see if I can shrink this. Hold on. Can I shrink this down a little bit?
I had to stop talking so you could minimize the page or what? What's going on?
No, hold on. I'm trying to. Hold on. I'm gonna block us off a little bit first. I'm trying to bring this over right here. There we go. So this was the picture right here that I'm talking about. I'm blocking myself off, but you get the point. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So like this, look at the likeness compared for these two, for this picture right here that this guy put on there. Garrett, shout out to Garrett Haberer. But like, look at this in this photo, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like they definitely went off like that level. But anyways, hold on. Let me recrop this.
Yeah, I think this looks really good. Like that's what I'm saying. Like as weird as it sounds though, dude, I think I want this one because of it represents the prequel trilogy in episode 3. Like I love that. So I want that. But I'm telling you, man, I love the sculpt on that Clone Wars version.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I just think it looks really damn good. And see, I really like that. That Palpatine just always reminds me, like, that's the version of the character that, it's almost like those characters in Game of Thrones, that are like just always 1, 2, 3 steps ahead. They're doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. They're kind of, got a, I just love that version of the character. So yeah, I'm with you. It's one of those things where like, I normally don't say this, but there's definitely a reason to potentially get both of these, honestly. Like I would personally, if I like Cage or somebody that just loves the character, I definitely would be getting both of these. But I really like this. Again, I don't want to say it's a simple figure, but yeah, I don't want to say it's a simple figure because then it makes it seem like I'm not hyped or whatever. But truly, like, you're going to focus 100% on that sculpt with this one, simply because it is a pretty simple, straightforward figure. It's very accurate to that scene. And again, I'm going to have him laying on the ground, begging for his life. When I get that mace in, that's how I'm going to display it. And that's where the movie's going to end, right there. Roll credits.
Okay, then.
This Yoda looks badass, though. I do want to recreate that scene. That picture
that's
they
gotta
have.
be Attack of the Clones Yoda, but I feel like who mentioned. I think there was a comment from. Was it? Oh, Tremble Dust, and I see that Yoda. Are there chances of another one coming out? I mean, there's chances of anything coming back out again. It's kind of crazy. Like, there's a chance Yoda could be re-released for sure. But it looks like Clone Wars 1 to me. Or I'm sorry, Attack of the Clones. Hold on, Tristan says, you notice how Steve is only reading the negative Mace comments. Bro, I'm giving everybody their fair. I'm giving everybody their fair share. Come on, man.
Have y'all noticed, guys? Just so y'all know, I'm a man of the people.
You guys won the poll.
He didn't even put the poll up.
I did put the poll up.
He finally did because he knew that if he did, but like, yeah, dude, I saw him skip over so many comments that said Obi-Wan,
movie.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, he realizes, and dude, you watch when they do another Obi-Wan or when they do another Mace Windu thing, Steve's gonna be like, dude, I've always loved Mace, man. Mace.
That will never happen.
Jedi.
That will never happen. Collection Obsession says, do the hands actually light up or is that all Photoshop? And the comment right above him, Honest Hansel says, this Sidious is so good, I wish the lighting hands had LED. There you go. No LED in the hands, what that would be cool. It would be cool. Look, he's got these, these.
That's the best. Like, that's how I'm gonna do it right there. That's how I'm gonna have them. Those lightning hands. Yeah, that's personally what I like more than the lightsaber look. Yeah. I'm getting destroyed by Mace. Like that's
Henceforth, now that I've thrown Mace out the window, you shall be known as Darth Vader. Oh, let's go. We
Do
got
you think
figure
Mace?
crap in the
Do you
house.
think
What's up,
Mace
figure
died?
crap? Huh?
You think that killed Mace?
I mean, nobody's ever truly dead unless you see their body.
I didn't see a body.
So I
What
mean,
if Mace faked his own death, and we just haven't seen that?
Where's he been
story
throughout
yet?
the entire Skywalker saga? Then would be my question. Where is he?
They were waiting 30 years to make
Where
a
is
novel,
he?
bro. They're gonna make
How
the
old
novel
is he gonna?
now.
How old is he gonna be after all the stuff with Rey is done and Kylo? How old is that man gonna be? He's gonna be old as hell.
Dude, he taught himself how to de-age, man. It's the ultimate strength of the Jedi, bro, that only Mace can harness.
The only mid tiers can harness, apparently.
Dude, it's crazy that Mace would have 1v2'd both. If he would have just gotten to face them 1v2, it would have been easy, bro. He would have taken out Anakin as well. But you're right. He made a mid-tier mistake by standing too close to that window. You're right. He shouldn't have stood next to the window. I can admit that. Why can't you admit that Obi-Wan got Qui-Gon killed?
He definitely should not have been standing next to the window. Hey fellas, happy Sunday. What's up, Figure Crap? Thank you for being here. I forget if I already read your comment. Fig Fate says, to me, respectfully, it doesn't match the photo too well. I see the resemblance, I see the inspiration, but I wish it was a little better. If I was watching certain scenes of Revenge of the Sith, this Palp doesn't match. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I get your points. I see it for sure.
Yeah.
I do think that Clone Wars, this is a good idea, what you had said also. I'm skipping Clone Wars Palps, but considering picking up Clone Wars head sculpt. Put it on the Revenge of the Sith body for a pre-charred Palps. That's a good way to do it. No, I get it. And I know like it looks better in some than others. This was kind of a crazy scene with how they did it with all the stuff that he had on. So like, I can see why, too, like in certain scenes, it probably looks a little bit different, but yeah, I think it makes sense when it comes to like this version of his character and how it looks versus like Ian McDiarmid. Yeah, for sure. Like I can see how this wouldn't be exactly spot on. Even here, like this looks a little bit different than here. You know what I mean? So, but, definitely something that I'm getting. Hey, if you want your coin, you got to get it from Sideshow. You got to get it from Sideshow. We got Garrett in the house. He said, did Hot Toys tease Imperial armored commandos from Mandalorian season 3? You're talking about like the Beskar troopers? Or are you talking about, I don't know. I'm not sure on this one, Garrett, but thank you for tuning in this show. I'm not sure if they tease this or not. Fig Fate says he's still hyped for this figure though. Yeah, it's dope. It's dope for sure.
That's what I like
63
about what
watts
Fig
and
Fate
30
was
likes. We
saying.
need more people to like the video.
Yeah.
Like the
say it
likes.
in
Thank you, ladies.
Palpatine's voice.
Say what?
More likes or whatever.
Oh, that was pretty good. Thank you. You did it for me. Thank you.
No, what I like.
No way Mace is dead.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Hansel. What Fig
Your
Fate
boy
said.
struggled severely against Jango Fett. Macy race.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Somebody had to tire him out. Mace just walks in here after all this stuff's already gone down on Geonosis, and then people think he's a badass.
He is, bro. He would have 1v2'd, man.
The only time Mace. So we're gonna talk about Mace when we get there later.
Let me shout out.
Nick says, "Nah, leave him dead. Too many people coming back to life. No way, Mace is dead." I mean, I hope
he
they
never
just
died,
leave him.
Nick.
Nick,
he never
I feel
died.
like you got to just leave him be, because if you're gonna bring him back, it better be a hell of a story. A hell of a story if you bring him back.
Mace deserves that story, though. Can we agree?
He deserves that story?
Absolutely.
No, dude, he deserved what he got coming to him, which was thrown out the window death.
So that's another person Obi-Wan got killed because of.
Why did he try to murder Palpatine? It should have been a peaceful arrest, man. He just tried to he just went at him.
Oh, see, Mace was ahead of the game. He tried to stop absolute evil from taking over, and he's the bad guy now, guys, because he was actually fighting. He was standing up for himself. What was Obi-Wan doing during all this? Exactly. So here we go. Let me say what I was going to say to Fig Fate. I want to give him a shout out because
you need to watch Clone Wars season 7 and you would know what Obi-Wan was doing.
Okay, I know what he was doing. I'm saying all the time leading up, like, why couldn't he intervene at some point? It was all up to Mace. Mace got to hang out with him for a couple of times. This dude was like, they were brothers, man. And I like Obi-Wan, but I am not going to stand here and let like Mace take all the heat on this, dude. It's ridiculous, man. That Mace is now a mid-tier Jedi.
I can't believe we still got 60 people in here listening to this bullshit.
Dude, more people are coming in because they're like, dude, I heard somebody was talking shit about Mace.
Oh my God.
Let's get in the chat.
Mace Windu's coming back.
For the love of God, let me say what I got to say to Fig Fate, man. I was just going to say, I liked how he said some of the issues he had, but he still said, I'm still hyped for the figure.
Yeah, and he said some of the photos look excellent. The ones you showed dead on front, it looks amazing. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of variation in these photos for sure.
Yeah. I just like that because that's what we're talking about with that Obi-Wan. Like, yeah, you could have a little bit of problem with the skull, but you're still hyped for the figure, you know?
Shit, am I muted? Did you hear me what I just said the whole time?
No, but that's the Force's way of saying Mace is S tier.
Yeah. Oh, I said, yeah, some of the photos look excellent. Yeah, so like I said, there's some variation. Did you hear me read off this comment?
No.
Oh, some of the photos look excellent. The one you showed dead in front looks amazing. And I just said, yeah, there's a lot of variation in these photos, I feel like. Yeah, this is like what Fig Fate was saying too. He wants to swap it out. I wonder if the Clone Wars Palpatine sculpt will fit. I heard there's a Luke-based movie coming. Mace will be in that. That'd be interesting. Please smash that like button. Fig Fate said, they haven't hooked me with the coins. I can see some people chasing them, but I don't know, not for me. And then this leads to the good segue. Stacy asking, are the coins a thing for you guys? So they have the red coin. I don't care about the red coin. Not going to try to get the red one. I'm just going for the... I do want the gold ones. Yes, I do.
The coins don't matter to me as much anymore. I'm getting the mall one for sure. I don't need every coin though, personally. I at first I thought I really liked it, but the more that it's kind of a gimmick to me, and that's fine. Like that's what a lot of this limited event like stuff can be. And you know, I'm not hating on it, but I'm just saying like I thought it was going to be something I had to get on everything, but the more I thought about it, I was like, I'm okay with just getting them all, like on the mall. Like that's cool with me. And if they do Artisan Kylo, I'll get that one.
Artisan Kylo. I think they're cool. Like I'm going to try to get like a little coin case or something for them all. They're cool. They're not a must have. Like if they didn't do them, I wouldn't be mad, but I do like, because I'm pre-ordering a lot of these, I do want the coin.
I'd rather than put something on the base or something that you could put behind the character. So I wish they would do something like they put a number etched in the base or something, kind of like they do with posters on like the bottom corner, like limited to this. I just wish they would do some more stuff like that. Figurecraft says another thing to look where to store. Yeah, dude, it's kind of like these accessories. Like we get all these limited accessories, and like a lot of times, man, they just stay in storage. Like we don't always use them. But again, like I've always said, if it's not costing me extra, I don't mind it. But I also don't feel like I need to pre-order all these just to get the coin. Like I really want the mall one because that one just feels really special to me because it's like
you don't want that Darth Revan coin, dude? A Starkiller coin?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like if then you're having like you always say, Steve. Like, but you always say you don't like people having your money before the figure ships, and now you're giving all this money to Sideshow. You know,
I'll pay an NRD. Special edition is the one. How dare you? Special edition is the one time where I will do NRDs because you have to. Like the John Wick rifle, I'm not missing that because I have to pay an NRD. I'm not missing that because of that. You know what I mean? I don't like to do it, but I will in special instances. I can't with you right now, Steve, says Tristan. Oh man, exactly. Obi-Wan Kenobi was killing General Grievous.
Yeah, I misspoke, Eric. I meant to be like, what was he doing leading up to these moments? Like all this time he got to spend with Anakin.
Yeah, Mace or Samuel Jackson keeps putting Mace lives on his social media posts. He wants him to come back, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, it would be, and I'm telling you, Steve, it would be amazing, man. Everybody would be hyped for that. Everybody.
Figurecraft is on with you, Justin. Figurecraft. How dare you?
Thank you, Figurecraft.
Garrett says he's talking about the Imperial Commandos. They were under the Commando Moff. Getting the Commandos were equipped with white blaster resistant armor, resembling, the classic Stormtrooper armor made with the alloy of Beskar. Yeah, those are the ones you're talking about in season 3. Yeah, I call them like the Beskar troopers essentially. I thought that the IG-12 with accessories comes with like the shield and the baton that they carry and stuff. I thought too. that Mando has when he's fighting him in the hallway. So like, I would think they're probably going to come out with the one at some point, maybe, because they give Mando, they aren't like in the IG-12 accessories pack, they're giving him those pieces that he fights him with. But if he's not going to fight one, why give him that? So I think they're probably going to come in at some point. Also, this comment seems kind of AI-ish. Garrett, are you a real person? We'll find out. Stay tuned.
Garrett, click on the photos that look like coins.
What?
You know when you're like having to like do those things where it's like click on the cars in this out of these images, click on the birds.
If you could use the coins to buy the ultimate mace, that would be sick.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
The coins are just another thing to look where to store. Yeah, I know some people don't care about the
you know who Steve's acting like, everybody? Steve's acting like the Jedi. They were overlooking the real threat. The irony of this is that a lot of this is Mace's fault, what you're about to say, but go on. No, it's not. What I'm trying to say is while you're building this evil empire, on your way to 1,000 subs, go subscribe if you haven't to Steve. You've been overlooking the little army that me and the people in the chat have been building, and that's the Mace Windu S tier army, bro. And you've been overlooking it, man, because you've been blinded by power, bro. You've been blinded by 900 subs. You've been blinded by gifteds. You've been blinded by super chats, and you didn't realize, oh my gosh, dude, like people really love Mace Windu. They don't agree with me that he's mid-tier Jedi. Maybe it was Obi-Wan's fault why Qui-Gon got killed. You're starting to question things now. But yeah, the Sidious looks good. Sidious looks good.
I'm questioning nothing. Damn it. I was going to say something as a counterpoint, but I forgot what I was going to say.
Probably more like he shouldn't have stood next to the window or something. I had to guess.
I forget. What are we about to talk about now? Ron Weasley? Or do you want to save him for last? And we might as well, no, we got to go into Mace.
Let's go to Mace later. Let's go to Mace. We can't do this any longer. We got to go right into Mace, baby. Let's go to Mace.
Okay.
I do want to talk about Ron, though.
You what?
I do want to talk about Ron still, but let's go into Mace.
Yes, we shall. Here he is.
Wow.
Can we move on to the go, please, Mace? Let's see here. Oh, I'm stuck on some. Fig Face says, unfortunately, where I order from, the coins aren't offered. I save money with the vendor I purchased from. So sad that I won't have any coins. They look cool, though. Yes. Who else said that too? X-Men. I ordered Revan through Underground. I don't give a rip for the coins. I'd rather have more money for other figures. Fair enough. I get it for sure. Go ahead, Justin. Tell me about Mace. I gotta send a message real quick.
All right. Well, I've already said what I thought about Mace the character. Now I'm going to talk about Mace the figure. And I just want to make sure that everybody knows I'm talking about the figure now. Okay. Mace is obviously S tier Jedi. I'm super hyped for this figure, man. I am very upset that this does not have rolling eyeballs. I'm quite upset about that, to be honest with you. I thought that was an oversight. I don't understand how Mace Windu, like, you have the Samuel L. Jackson likeness, like a just A-list actor, a legend. You make a figure that people have been waiting on for a long time, and you don't give them basic rolling eyeball function. It boggles my mind. Like, I understand that's the one thing at minimum I felt like they should have done with this figure. I mean, Samuel Jackson is one of the most expressive actors ever, and we just give him just a default sculpt. With that said, that looks badass, by the way. I love that.
This is right before he dies.
Well, that's when he gets betrayed by. That's when he gets betrayed.
Ooh, this looks good.
Yeah, I love this. I can't wait to have it. I think that I want to make sure that people understand. I still think this looks great. I still think the sculpt looks great. I do think it could have been better. I will say that it could have been better.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay. I don't think this is the strongest sculpt, but this character is so iconic, and this version, like purple lightsaber, Samuel L. Jackson, like this is a must-have for me. Like if you're collecting prequel trilogy, if you're collecting Star Wars, this is a must-have figure. You just see it right there. This could fit in the prequel movies. This could fit with Clone Wars. This could fit with a bunch of different stuff. I'm definitely picking this one up. I've been hyped. This is one of my most anticipated Star Wars figures of the year. I am irritated about the rolling eyeballs, though. I'm not going to lie. And I do feel like the sculpt could have been stronger. But as Fig Fate said with the Sidious, I'm still hyped. Still hyped for the figure.
So I know a lot of people want this figure, like, and people have been waiting for a long time to actually get one in the collection too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to go back to a couple of comments from Garrett, who we thought was AI. I think Hot Toys included a shield, a jetpack, and the exclusive version 2 of IG-88 with Grogu inside. Yeah, they did. They included those things. Oh yeah, he says I'm not a native speaker, and copy pasted from the Star Wars wiki page the description from the Commandos. Well, there you go. That's why it sounded AI, because he copied and pasted it. So I wasn't crazy. The AI is just good English. You know, yeah, I get what you're saying about the no, I appreciate your comments for sure. I just know that in some of these streams, I think we were on Wolfpack, like there were some AI people in there. And there was another person, like there were like some
Goodness.
there's some like actual users on YouTube now. They're like going, there's like it's like a AI thing. They go in and they make comments that are like computer written comments. But no, Garrett, you're all good, dude. I hope they release those Beskar Trooper style Imperial Armor Commandos at some point from Mando. I think that'd be dope. Brick says he loves the coins. Emmy Dyson says J.R.R. Tolkien took a decade to research and write Lord of the Rings. Lucas pretty much made it up as he went. Lots of plot holes and unfinished backstories. I mean, yeah, Darth Vader wasn't even going to be Luke's father. He was just going to be some. He didn't have that figured out until like way late. That wasn't even going to happen.
In George Lucas's defense on this, though, Star Wars was such a massive cultural event and success that the amount of money being thrown at him to churn out more was like that. I mean, I will just say, like, I agree with what you're saying, but I'm saying that it's different when you're a novelist and you can, like, before that came out, you know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? Like, it's kind of like George R.R. Martin. Like, he's still writing that next book. But
yeah, like he had time. He didn't have the pressure. He didn't have the pressure to flesh it out. Versus George Lucas is like, George Lucas had to basically, he bought his own the rights basically. Basically, it was like Fox, and then George Lucas took a gamble on himself. The first movie came out, and Hollywood was ripping him for the stuff that he was doing and all that jazz. And then like he bet on himself, and then he put his own money towards Empire, put his own money towards Return of the Jedi. Like he gambled, and like he had to kind of he had like the original. I'm pretty sure he had like this idea for the script written out, but yeah, there's a lot more pressure when you're coming out with films like within that time span, unless he like would have sat down way early on and wrote it all out. You know what I mean? But yeah, he didn't. You're right in saying that he kind of made it up as he went. He didn't have it all fleshed out. But I don't know if he had, like what you're saying, Justin, I don't know if he necessarily had the time. Honest Hansel says, what was the anime release that had Mace at the beginning just kicking ass? It was Clone Wars. It's Clone Wars. So Mace so I'll tell you this. So I'm excited for this figure. I'm gonna get it. Justin, I agree with everything that you said pretty much. Like it seems like this figure, this is how I'm gonna be displaying it before I forget to say it. Like this is going Clone Wars armor on 100%. Because he's gonna go right next to the true GOAT, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then Anakin Skywalker, Clone Wars Anakin. So they're all three going to go into display together. It's going to look badass. There's a photo in here, I'm pretty sure, somewhere of him with them. Let me see if I can find it while I'm on this talking point. I'm going to go fast. This one. Like having all three of them together looked badass, man. Looked very cool. This is a good photo too. Like this looks really cool. Yeah, so Clone Wars is the way that I'm gonna display it. But I agree with what you said, Justin. Basically everything of like it's almost like this figure was the last one that Hot Toys needed to complete before doing like all the ones they're doing now that have just like the more evolved tech, like the rolling eyeballs and just like kind of them going to like that next level where basically rolling eyeballs is like the standard now. This is one they just like left behind who knows how long they've been like R&Ding this figure. I don't really know, but also it's interesting. I didn't think he came with the USB lightsaber, and he does come with the USB lightsaber, which is great. I think that's at least nice. But yeah, I mean, not having rolling eyes just really sucks for this figure. Nevertheless, he's going to be fine. Like, I think he's going to look really good in the collection regardless. I think it looks great. The sculpt could be better. It could be better. It's not like perfect.
For sure.
It's like maybe pretty close to the prototype. When I saw the one from the sideshow video, I thought it was better. Remember that one we pulled up, like the sideshow video that they had him on display at like the sideshow deals and reveals stream. I thought he looked better there. This looks really good. Some of these angles are better than others. This looks pretty good.
I like that. I personally like that a lot.
Like, I think with the hood up.
Oh yeah, that looks badass.
Also, I think too, like, you got to remember, like, this is young Mace. Like, he's younger. He's not the same actor. You know, like Samuel L. Jackson is a lot. You know, he like doesn't. I think people like look at, like, when you kind of think of recency bias too, of like how you see him look now. Like, you say, there's no way this looks like him. Well, this was a long time ago, you know. So I think maybe that plays a role in too, but I think it's definitely Mace.
Is this a movie masterpiece series?
Great question.
Because the only
so
thing
too.
Oh, so
I want to say it's based off Attack of the Clones. I thought it was an anniversary. It might be branded anniversary. I don't know, but I just know it's Attack of the Clones.
See, that's what irritates me a little bit about it. If this would have been the Clone Wars version, where they've been doing the human versions of those characters, this would have made sense. This sculpt from the animated, kind of like they did with Anakin, kind of like they did with Obi-Wan or whatever. But I just feel like if it's based on that movie, the sculpt does, the sculpt could have been a lot better. I'll just put it that way. Like, I think that it's not a problem for me. Like, I'm still going to get this figure because it's Mace Windu and I just want him in the collection. And it's still,
that's a lot.
Some angles you're still getting Samuel L. Jackson. But if we could be honest with ourselves, like, I think that Samuel L. Jackson is just such an iconic actor that, like, I'm just a little irritated that they couldn't just knock this one out of the park personally. Like, I really felt like it deserved that type of treatment on it, and I'm not saying that people didn't work their ass off on it. I just meant that, I think we can all agree, like, damn, man, this could have been an incredible figure, like if they could have just nailed that sculpt a little bit better. So, like, there looks great.
Yeah, this looks pretty good too. Like, rolling eyeballs would have made it better for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Like Honest Hansel says, rolling eyeballs would totally make this figure work.
Oh yeah.
Ryan Sadler, this party's over. Stacy, wow, with the S tier comment, mid tier figures don't get rolling eyeballs.
Wow, Stacy. Okay.
Is he a win do or a win don't? Fig Fate says, yeah, it was a real miss not doing rolling eyes here. They did him dirty. Yeah, it kind of sucks they didn't do it.
But it's Mace, man. It's Mace, and it's S tier Jedi.
It is. Like, you can tell with his robes and stuff like that, and his hilt, and like Clinton Martin. I like that they gave you the gauntlets for different looks. Yes, I'm gonna be using. Like, I didn't think I was going to, but I'm likely going to at this point. Yeah, it's very likely. Krivas says Hot Toys definitely saving the rolling eyeballs and an updated sculpt for a 2.0 Revenge of the Sith anniversary next year. That would be crazy.
It's just that's. I mean, I'm not saying that's
if
not gonna
they
happen,
did that, people would lose it because people have been waiting for this figure for a really long time. I honestly, like, I don't know if we see Mace again. I don't know if we see another Mace figure.
Well, when they come out with a new show, we'll get it.
Well, I can tell you that it ain't gonna be this version of him. It ain't gonna be looking like this. This could very well be the only version of young Mace we get for a long time.
I think that's what I think that's what bothers me though, man, is like that, like the one thing that they, like, again, Samuel L. Jackson. I'm just shocked they didn't, like, that to me just should have been a no-brainer. Like, we gotta nail the sculpt on this one, And again, but like I said, dude, it still looks great. I'm still getting it. It's still Mace, man. It still belongs in the collection.
This comment from Maximum Windows Service. We don't do them. Oh, that's good, man.
Some would say that Mace allowed himself to be thrown out of the window to save Obi-Wan. That's a
Steve, you end
theory
up
that's
watching
out
that
there.
review, Mace. I did not watch a review. I didn't have time to watch it. I'll probably check it out though. I just didn't have time. Big Face says, I feel like this is kind of what like the main consensus is among people who want Mace Windu in their collection. Is the sculpt isn't as good as it could be, but it's decent and can't wait to have this one on the shelf. I feel like that kind of sums up like the main thoughts of it. It's not as good as it could be. Is it Mace? To me, yes. Am I going to be happy to have a Mace Windu representation? That's up for discussion. We'll see. I'm just kidding. I am looking forward to having mid-tier Mace on the shelf. Potentially. I did pre-order this, but did I have to pre-order this? I don't know.
I'm not taking it, man. I know what you're trying to do. I'm not going to take this.
I love this Windows window surface. We don't do them. Oh, that is so good. Ryan Sadler said, I need a young bubble so I can have Mace hand him Django's head. Damn, savage. Another good point, Justin. Sorry, Steve. No, it's okay. It's okay. Tristan says, Steve, a real goat is on screen. Okay, I'm done. Oh, man. Yeah, the 2D Clone Wars Mace was wild. He was crazy in that, for sure. This would actually be really cool. Artist George Lucas with like a green screen background or some type of like just movie prop.
We need a director's line, bro. Like that'd be insane. We need it. I'd buy it.
I mean, Dyson 829 says, but the changes in the OT work, Disney repeated the makeup as you go strategy when they could have planned ahead and it was a disaster. Yeah. When you don't have the actual, like when you don't have the creator, like it kind of can get messy, you know? Sneak peek. What's up, Collector Joey, channel member and a good friend. Thank you so much, Joey, for being here, dude. Good to see you in the chats. Fig Fate says, I'm planning to pose Mace with Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan, Attack of the Clones, Yoda, group of wise Jedi. That's dope. That's a good setup. That's a good setup for sure. X-Men Supreme says, Joey, dude, welcome to the chaos.
A lot of slander going on tonight, Joey. If you're still in here, a lot of Mace Windu slander that I'm not standing for.
Nothing but that. Nothing but the F word, and that's facts, baby. Yeah, when they've been taking 2 years on some of the older announcements, they should have been used the time to add rolling eyes. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, I don't know. Maybe they were just like, we don't want to do we already have it. And it's pretty much already made and we already got stuff coming out. People are going to buy this because this is another thing. They're probably like, people are going to buy this because this is a Mace Windu. They're probably banking on that.
That's what it is 100%. That's why I think they go sometimes all in on like lesser known characters. Because Steve said it best. Like people are still going to buy. I mean, look at all of us talking. We're still going to buy it. Yeah. Because it's Mace. Yeah.
Low-key collector Calvin says, sculpt aside is not perfect, but there's no way I wouldn't have this representation on the shelf. Him and a CCFL coming home. Yes, him with a CCFL. CCFL is like a purple CCFL is like very unique. And yeah, I'm considering that too. I don't know if I want to go down the CCFL rabbit hole. I got the Darth Vader one and it's really cool, but they are expensive, man. They are expensive. Steven with the V says, my question would be, how would they do the rolling eyes? Where would the seam be on a bald figure? So they would do the neck seam similar to what they've been doing with these other figures. Like, kind of like how, because Padme, you pop off the head sculpt and the rolling eyes are underneath of there.
And the Black Adam figure did that too.
Black Adam is like that too. The inner part is different. Like, you know, is Padme, so I need to open up my Padme. I haven't yet, but when you pull Padme's, like when you pull the head sculpt off, does it have like that square plastic piece in there?
Yes.
Yeah. So I know like you got to be careful. You don't want to like rotate the head sculpt and then try pulling it off. Cause like you can like get the plastic piece caught. But like, yeah. So the way that it's works is like, it's just the way that the head is mounted on, it's mounted on like this plastic square piece that kind of swivels, but the whole head comes off and on the inside, then you can mess with the eyes and put it back on. But I'm pretty sure he'd have like a neck seam. That'd be the thing. Yeah. So maybe they just didn't want to redo it because they already had this one done.
I'm just shocked.
They did it with Black Adam. It would have to just be a head sculpt, not a head with a neck perma attached. Yeah, there you go. Jose says he might get his first CCFL. Yeah, purple one would be badass.
The only
Garrett
reason
says-
I'm nervous about getting a CCFL is then I'm gonna have to get CCFLs for everything. I feel like once I see that,
that's what I want.
Yeah.
I want it for all my figures, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of interested to see what Hot Toys does with their USB tech, because their sabers, like, they seem to be getting better. Like the Vader one seems better than the Grand Inquisitor one. So that's interesting. I might honestly, like, they might be good enough for me just to use the USB ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Garrett says, I think a bald figure without seams and rolling eyes doesn't work together, so they chose no seams. Yeah, I feel like this is exactly right. To save Obi-Wan, how does that work? I don't know what this is in reference to. I might be behind on comments.
Yeah, well, I don't know, X-Man. You know, I'm fighting for my life over here with Mace, bro. You know,
Oh God,
I'm trying.
Obi-Wan's fault. Mace died now. Is Mace the new Lando? Huh? No, I actually pre-ordered Mace Windu. I'm getting this figure. Tremadus says, I do prefer sculpts with perma-neck with certain figs. On Mace, it totally fits. I agree. I think like this side profile here, like seeing this looks a lot more realistic than if you were to have a seam line right here just to get rolling eyeballs. So I think that's a fair point too. I think like a seamless, I feel like, especially with like someone who's bald, like to have it flow all like this looks much more realistic. You know what I mean? I think that's absolutely fair.
That's why I'm thinking the head sculpt, like with that's why it's a little. If the head sculpt would have came out 10 out of 10, the way I think they could have done it was Samuel L. Jackson's likeness, you wouldn't hear anything from me about rolling eyeballs. I just think that it's like that's opened the door for me to kind of complain a little bit, because I feel like the sculpt could have been stronger. So now I'm like, well, could they have at least given us rolling eyeballs? You know, so.
Yep. They can offer 2.0 with rolling eyes, says Clinton Martin. That's the thing, is like, it just kind of sucks if they were to do that, because we've been waiting so long for a Mace Windu. X-Men says, oh, for sure it's Mace Windu. This figure doesn't need any frills to sell. No, not at all. It really doesn't.
But it's still widely available though, which is interesting.
Oh,
it's like
CCFLs for Revan. Damn, I'm gonna get 2 of those bad boys. Shannon Balin, I don't know about the rest. Yeah, they add up. Collector Joey, this isn't Mace. Okay then, Joey. What? Clinton Martin, what up, Joey? Where's my shirt? Christian Cooper. Oh, Christian's on his next hunt. Anyone selling an Artisan Anakin? Dude, I was looking at pre-sales for Artisan Anakin. I saw like 1,050, 1,100. Like, that figure is gonna go buku bucks, man. Crazy. But yeah, I think kind of to sum it up, it sounds like we both agree in that it could have been like, I think he looks, don't get me wrong, I think he looks great. Like, this is Mace Windu for sure. Could the sculpt have been better? Yes. Did we not get rolling eyeballs? Yes, unfortunately we did not. But nevertheless, I'll be happy to have Mace Windu in my collection looking just like this.
That to me is the best shot. Baby. Yeah. The next one.
Give me that Clone Wars armor.
The next one, from that angle
really
looks
good,
really
dude.
good. Yeah.
This is 100% Mace Windu, right?
Yeah.
You know, I think this actually looks pretty good too.
That captures it a bit. There's just some angles, man. It really loses the likeness on it a little bit, just because I don't know if it's the lighting or what. That looks badass to me. But like right there, yeah, it's like
this. Yeah, this. I feel like the straight on shots not as good. Some of the side profile shots are better.
Even right there, man. Even right there, I feel like it loses a lot. You know, on that last one. Like I just, again, man, I'm being super picky, but
in this one, he kind of looks like I forget the actor's name. Forget it. I'm never gonna figure it out.
But
Eric
I mean, like
says, William Wang might still have an Anakin Skywalker available artisan. I bought one from him this past week. Yeah, those prices are crazy aftermarket.
Why don't you just pick Christian? Why don't you just pick something that's like available? I feel bad for you, man. You just keep like I hate this for you because you're on these quests, man. But I respect it. But I will just say last thing about Mace. I just feel like I'm like you, Steve. Like I don't know how many more we're gonna get, and if we do get another one, like when is it gonna be? So for me, it's like, again, the fact that it's Samuel L. Jackson, you know, it's like you saw what they did with the Black Adam figure with the Rock's likeness. I mean, that's one of the best head sculpts I've ever seen.
It's one of the best. It's one of the best I have. 100%.
Yeah. And again, I just feel like with Samuel L. And again, I know that it's a more recent movie. They have more recent stuff, more up. Like I totally get all this stuff. I just feel like they could have. Again, I sound like a broken record. It could have been better, but let's be honest, it's Mace. We're still getting it. But I wanted that so badly to just be that caliber of a sculpt, like we got with that Black Adam.
Yeah, it would have been really awesome. It would have been really awesome to have a full-on, like, damn, this is crazy likeness, right? It's always good to get those. It's always good to get those, like, really, really good ones. Yeah, the Rock one is, like, nice one with the Rock, too, is you get two of them. Like, you get the People's Eyebrow, which I had the People's Eyebrow one on there. I took it off and put back on the standard one. I feel like the People's Eyebrow one is kind of gimmicky. I like the kind of just standard look. It's so good. They're both so good. It's crazy. Yeah. Louis says, I think the eyes are off and the head needs to be slimmer. I think so too. I think maybe it needs to be a little slimmed down. Yep. Christian says, I like the quests are fun.
No, I get it, Christian. I get it, man. I just feel bad that you're on another one, you know?
All right, next up, man. We're done with Star Wars. But before we get into this one, because this is our last one before we wrap up the show. So we'll make it quick. Just kidding. Just kidding, dude. I got a lot of respect for what InArt's doing, to be honest, but we'll talk about it. Yes, Star Wars fans, man, what a time to be a Star Wars fan. What a crazy time. And this event isn't over. Like, at the time of these reveals, this event was only like half over. We could be getting some more dark side figures like coming, you know, like
Artist and Kylo. What else you thinking?
Well, I think General Grievous is going to happen. I do think that one's going to probably happen at some. If it's not dark side, I think it's going to I think it's a good dark side one for them to do. And it popped up on the coming soon page, and they got taken off or whatever. So I think that one's potential. Yeah. What's up, 1-6 shooter? He says they had a great Sam Jackson sculpt. Nick Fury could have easily modified it. I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Nick Fury one, which is like even like an older one, it still looks really good. But 1-6 shooter, thank you for being here, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Okay, let's talk about this guy, Justin. I know you're super hyped for this one. What are your thoughts?
Well, I brought out my Fantastic Beasts figures for the occasion. Okay.
Are those connected to Harry Potter? No, I'm just kidding, dude.
Oh, I can't believe I fell for that. I was about to explain. I was like, yeah, actually, Steve, it's actually based on this. No, dude, I can't wait for the quality of these InArt Harry Potter figures, man. I mean, they're doing great everywhere, but I'm saying like these are so damn good. Like, I don't even know how to do it justice by talking about it, but it just looks so insanely good. Like this Ron, dude, the likeness and just the accessories you get, just it captures. I tell you what InArt's doing with these figures that I think's like the biggest thing. We obviously know the figure looks phenomenal, and the diorama base is a great thing, and the accessories, but they're capturing something else, and they're capturing like the vibe and the feeling of the movies. And I think that's such an important thing when it comes to stuff like a world like Harry Potter. It's got like this different vibe than like a Star Wars has, or a, Batman has, or whatever. With these figure announcements, every time I see these pictures, man, it just brings that like nostalgia. It brings that world into play. It if you've been to Universal Studios, you've been to the Harry Potter stuff, it brings all that stuff with it. And I just think it looks absolutely phenomenal, dude. Like this Ron sculpt is insane. Like absolute 10 out of 10 based on
this is the fire, man. And
I just look, man, I love Harry Potter. This might be
the best prototype they've done.
Oh, dude, it is insane. Like I'm not
really good, man.
Yeah, I'm really not trying to overhype this, bro. But this was an easy pre-order for me. If I'm on every wait list imaginable because I wasn't collecting when Harry Potter came out, like the InArt Harry Potter, like I wasn't collecting 6 scale at the time. So I don't have that one pre-ordered yet, but I'll get it. The Hermione, we're going to get that one later on. I've heard that they're going to do a Dumbledore. Hopefully they end up doing a Snape. I just hope they go super deep into the Harry Potter line. I think this is a property we talked about with Dune. and all this stuff. InArt, if they have the Harry Potter license, dude, I'm telling you, they need to go all in on this. This is a bit like Harry Potter fans are. I mean, it's not Star Wars is its own thing, man. But like Harry Potter fans are really passionate too. I think this will bring in non-6 scale collectors. I feel like this is for people that are into Harry Potter. It's just like Disney. People will collect Disney stuff even if they're not a 6 scale collector or a toy collector. They'll still collect high quality Disney pieces, and Harry Potter collectors are the exact same as Disney collectors in a sense.
Yeah,
it's the same type of collector. Yeah. So again, man, I really want to hear your thoughts on this, Steve, because I haven't really even talked to you that much about this one. But just if you'll go back one more, just real quick about that when it connects. I love this addition, dude. These bases, this is what I want to start seeing more of. I always talk about stuff behind the characters. I know a lot of people don't like this because they want to have as much figures. It takes up a lot of space. For me, for a movie like this, and it's going to have its own dedicated shelf, I love this, dude.
These backdrops are super dope, and I love their bases.
Yeah.
Oh, they got this like realistic looking flooring in here.
But dude, the tailoring, the posing, like it just... They captured not only Ron's likeness and everything, but like his character with these proto images. You know, they got
everything with these images with like, the mouse and the frog, and like they got all the like just it captures the way they did the photos captures everything. It's like you're kind of going through parts of the movie. I think it looks super dope. X-Men says they better fix these knees. Yeah, they got to fix these. They need to make these knees seamless on Hermione. Hopefully this is... I mean, I don't think this would stay. I feel like this would be something that
does got to get fixed, though.
InArt needs to fix those, 100%. Jose says, Steve, you buy me this? Hashtag Jose gifted.
Jose gifted.
This is me right here. I'm so glad I'm not a Potterhead. I don't need to spend more money, and these figures would definitely be reaching in my wallet. These things are expensive, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what Harry was, but Ron is like going from anywhere that I've seen pretty much like, I don't know, 530 to 580 or whatever it is, depending on where you get it from. If you want to, like, you can spend a little bit less if you want to wait a while to get it. Up for pre-order on 1/6 kit. You can use my code sneaker for $10 off your order. All caps. Justin, did you pre-order this at 1/6 kit?
Yes.
Use my code?
I must have, yeah.
Oh, nice, man.
Did it work for this figure?
It should have.
I got $10 off, so it must have.
It works for everything on the site. I know some people get like exclusive like InArt pre-order codes too for a certain figure, but I didn't get one of those. I just have my main code.
See, that's what I was wondering. That's why I'm almost wondering I know I use somebody's, but it was...
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty easy to find. A lot of people have them.
But I didn't know. See, that's
curious.
what I was... No, I know that some people said, hey, this is only good for this figure. So I might have like ended up using one of those just because I didn't know if... I know you had that one, but I wasn't sure if it worked for a pre-order, like this pre-order.
Oh, yeah, it works. It should. I don't see why it wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
Tremble Dust says on the proto they showed in they showed in a show Hermione shot. I'm sorry. On the proto they showed in a show Hermione's socks covered up the joints, but the photos were from the front, not from the back, like in this promo photo. Yeah, I remember that. Dang, this is like a tongue twister reading this. Dang, I got caught up.
It is.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it didn't look like this.
That they showed Hermione like in art, like again, it's what we've talked about. Like it kind of goes back to that like that head sculpt for the Batman, and then it came out great. Like we talked about, dude. I'm sure they're gonna fix this. Like it made this image, which is interesting to me. So I feel like I don't know, man. I hope they fix it. I'll put it that way. I'm still gonna get it, but yeah, that's got to be fixed, especially if they're trying to go for this thing where all these are going to connect and you got all three of, Harry Potter, Ron, and Hermione, like hanging out, doing stuff. Like they need to fix it. That's all I'll say.
Hermione's.
Yeah, it's very distracting. It's like
this, too many S's. This is like a wrap on the proto they showed in a show Hermione's socks. Photos. Promo photo. This is like a lot of rhyming going on in here and a lot of the same syllables. It got me. Too many S's. Tremodus says, I'm still waiting, maybe in vain, for InArt to do a Batman Begins. I know they're going to show this summer. They said they were showing this summer, I believe, Bale. And I think maybe Batfleck. I thought they said they were going to do the show BVS, or was it Begins? I don't remember if they said they were going to show Begins or not. But I hope InArt does a Batman Begins. That
we need a
true, accurate Batman Begins.
Absolutely, we do.
Yep.
And if that's who does it, then that's who does it.
I know they're going to do Bale for sure. And I thought they said they were going to do BVS. Christian says, you guys, I want to go back to a couple Star Wars comments real quick. Christian says, you guys think a new Dooku will come out now? Valkyrie says, I want a Dooku. So somebody who said 99% sure, this was on a, I forget exactly who it was, but on an Instagram post said like 99% sure that a Palpatine was coming and a Dooku 2.0 was coming. Take that for what you will. Take it with a big grain of salt. But that is what somebody said on their post, that the likelihood, and Justin, I sent you this too, that because we were talking about how there's a potential for down the road, and they also said take this for a grain of salt, but there's a potential for down the road for like a Rebels Darth Vader and also an Artisan Kylo, and I think there was one more. Oh, Vader on a throne. It might have been Rebels Vader. I don't know if it was Rebels Vader on a throne or Vader on a throne just in general, but Artisan Kylo was on there as like a take this for a grain of salt, that this could be coming later on. But they did say, like I said, Palpatine and Dooku, 99% sure that was happening. So that's what I read. Is it going to happen? Not sure. 16 Shooter says, not a big Potter fan, but I'm very tempted by these. They're just so good. They really are.
They're so good, man.
They really
really truly are amazing.
Yeah.
Like
InArt's Cavill Superman's really good too. That one I did pre-order. Bars. I get the writing credits if you use it.
And I'm telling you, man, what's gonna start happening too is, again, here's a couple things going in favor for InArt here. Nobody else, like, a lot, dude. Yeah, the only people that I think have done these Harry Potter figures was Star Ace. Was it Star Ace or like somebody? Yeah,
Star Ace.
So Hot Toys obviously did these Fantastic Beasts figures behind me. Those are great figures. Like,
kind of surprised they haven't done Harry Potter.
I'm shocked as well, but I'm just telling you, man. Like, again, I think that, I think once these get in hand, I think it's going to be like if they're not selling great pre-order. I saw a comment where they were saying like it was one of their lowest pre-orders. I think once these get in hand, I think it's going to start. They're going to start selling. That's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. So it's for a specific collector, it's a high-end collectible, but or higher end, but
I just Harry Potter was one of their lower pre-order figures. I don't know if Potter fans know about the figures. I think that's the thing, is like getting it out to the people, right, so they know about it. I'm gonna make a poll, and then I'm going to do I have a poll going right now? Oh, did you get this limited Commando? Yes, 30%. Yes, 2+, 8%. No, 62%. I forgot to end this poll. Sorry about the Commando. I'm going to start up another one. Are you getting InArt Ron? Yeah, so I agree with everything you said again on this one, dude. Like, this is, I gotta say, this is probably their best prototype. I think this probably is their best one. I think it looks better than Harry. I thought Harry's was pretty good, but I think this one is even beyond that. This is crazy, dude. Like you said, going through these photos and like just these accessories and added things they have on the photos, and what they can do with just this like small wall.
Yeah.
Like, look at this, is on the other side of it.
Yeah.
How smart was that to do something like this? So it's the backdrop works both ways. And it looks natural on both. This one looks like he's actually in the room elevated. On the back, it looks like he's just on the ground standing with this flat. It looks so good. I think their sculpted hair looks better too here than I feel like some of their past figures. Like, the sculpted looks pretty good.
Sculpted looks really good. The rooted though,
the rooted is where it's at.
Phenomenal.
The rooted is where it's at, man.
Yeah.
And then for me, if I'm going InArt, this is just me personally. Like, I'm going rooted every time. All the InArt figures I'm getting, I'm going rooted every single time. But the price is what really for this is like really tough. This is so cool, man. It's so cool. So, and also, I have not seen all the Harry Potter movies. I've seen like how many of Harry Potter movies are there now?
There's 8 movies.
8 main lines.
They split the last one into 2.
Deathly Hallows, right? Part 1 and 2.
Yep.
I've seen the first 4 movies, so I haven't seen I've seen Sorcerer's Stone. I know they're calling it Philosopher's Stone, but I've seen Sorcerer's Stone like actually a few times. But I just never watched them. It was one of those things like any other thing that has a huge, long like marathon of a movie that you have to watch. I saw the first 4. Never got to finish them, but so like this one does speak to me in a way that like I know. Like I remember that movie vividly, like a lot about the movie, like this version of the character, and it is really it's really good.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is for me. With I think what InArt does really well is they do stuff like that. They and Hot Toys does this as well, but InArt does a really good job.
That's what I was gonna say. Chessboard, dude.
That's what I was gonna say. Look at all the accessories and look how they lay it out for you too. You get to see it. I love the way they do this layout for their accessories.
This is so dope right here. All these things.
Yeah. I mean, it really is, dude. And it truly feels like a premium figure, you know? And the thing with it too is, man, is this could be a gold mine because they could just make older versions of the characters too. Because
I thought they had, I want to exit out for a second because I thought they had more photos. 4 days ago.
I mean, just look at the tailoring on this. The tailoring is absolutely phenomenal, dude. And I will say,
this is a different set of photos right here. Yeah. The tailoring is peak, dude.
It's insane.
They're really good with their materials. I think that's one thing too. Is like they talk about how they go for high quality materials. It's similar with like the InArt Batman, where all those little metal tiny pieces you see are all die cast.
Yeah,
you know.
And I think the thing with me is like. It kind of goes back to look at all this stuff, dude. You get the chessboard, you get the sorting hat, you get you get all this different stuff, man. And like I said, the thing
I don't know who would ever do this pose like this, covering up his face.
But dude, just look at the scarf. The scarf.
Yeah, it looks very good.
But the thing that they captured the most, and it's the critique I had on the Mace Windu figure. Mace Windu felt almost like, with having such an expressive actor in Samuel L. Jackson, and for that figure to feel a little lifeless to me with the sculpt, it doesn't feel like, when you're looking at this, you feel like you're looking at a scene from the movie. I think that's the biggest compliment I can give these InArt figures, is like when I'm seeing this prototype, it's capturing scenes from the movie. And when you look at it, it looks like stills from the movie.
That's how you sell a good prototype, man. Yeah. They really do capture it well.
And they capture the character. Look at the expressive face. They're capturing a performance, man.
Yeah, this is really good.
And that's what I want to see in a head sculpt.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I want to hear what you're gonna say.
I was just gonna say, like, they went with the right expression. And like this would be a hard thing to decide. Like I feel like for a figure like this, like it's obviously like a younger kid, like to get the sculpt right is very, very important, and to get the expression right, like they nailed this expression for him, dude. Like it couldn't. I don't know what other one you'd want to go with. Like this, like kind of subtle smirking expression. Like this is freaking crazy, dude. And it fits so many different. Like it fits. This is so cool with the frog. I love that. Yeah, it just fits so many different looks and like sculpt.
And look at that tailoring, man. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah, the tailoring is really, really good. Like this looks awesome, dude.
And think about how cool these are all going to look together, man. And
kind of want this.
Damn. That's what I'm saying, dude. And dude, when you watch the movies, you're going to realize how deep they can go with this line. There is so many characters that look so iconic, like Hagrid. You can get like a Hagrid figure. You can get like, I mean, there's so many characters that they could go with. Sirius Black. They could get a Gary Oldman sculpt out there, dude. Obviously, everybody's gonna want Snape. That's gonna be a super expensive figure, man. I saw that Prime 1 is doing like a limited to 150 statue. Let's go for like $2,300, dude.
Oh yeah, Prime 1.
But the sculpt is insane. But
I can't go down this line. I can't do it. I'm not doing it.
That's what I was gonna say. It's gonna be super expensive, but I'll be honest, for me, I'll sacrifice some other figures that I was gonna get to build out this line. Like I'd rather have this Harry Potter line than maybe some other characters from Marvel or Star Wars that I was gonna pick up just because they looked cool, and instead go to something like this. Like to me, these are like iconic characters that I want in my collection, you know, from that movie. So
this is such a good shot right here,
dude. It's a scene. It's truly a scene, man. And they're and again, I don't want to sound redundant, man, but like when you can capture a performance in a figure,
I love this.
I've never seen that. Like I very rarely see like a performance in a figure, like where you can see the actor.
Yeah, they did a really good job of that.
Yeah, yep. Man. And if this is what we're gonna start getting, if this is the new standard, man, like, dude, these figures are just gonna keep getting more and more expensive, probably. But damn, it looks damn good.
I love how these photos come off the wall for this diorama and stuff too, and like the diorama is actually like a well thought out thing. I would not be surprised if this is real wood. They use real wood and like actual metal on like the jail cell scene for the Joker, like the diorama. It is heavy. It is wood and metal. It's like real material. So I bet you this is going to be like a looks like like some type of wood paneling, finished wood panel.
Yeah, and that's probably magnetic. They always do those magnetic bases too, right? Yeah. Yep. So and also, man, the thing with it too is, think about, you have a shelf for this movie. Okay, you get Ron, Hermione, and Harry, obviously. Then you get Hagrid at that scale. You get Dumbledore. You get a lot of these characters. Think about how awesome that's going to look on your shelf, dude. Like, again, not everybody's into Harry Potter. I get it, but if you're into Harry Potter, dude, this is super exciting because like there wasn't any really, and no disrespect to the people that put out the Harry Potter figures, you know, no disrespect to that company, but those figures just didn't look that great to me, you know? And so I've been waiting for some Harry Potter figures. Like I said, yeah, Jose, I missed out too, bro. I'm going to have to figure it out. If you hear anything, dude, let me know.
Yeah, that's good. Harry's going to be an interesting one because people are going to want them. And I could see these also. Yeah, I could see these being a lower production run just overall for what they are. Yeah. That's going to be very, very interesting to see. I can't get these. I like them. I don't like Harry Potter to that level. I would want the older character, like the older versions of the characters personally. I think that's where it's going to get, I think that's where it's going to get a lot of people. Like Christian said, I would rather get a Deathly Hallows set of characters. This would be interesting because like, I wonder why Hot Toys hasn't ever touched Harry Potter. Like, do you think there's any potential for Hot Toys to like, maybe like they say, oh, well, you know, now InArt's doing these figures. Like, do we go and release something from like another Harry Potter movie where they're older? Like, do we give people the older variations of the characters?
I don't think so, man, because I think that Hot Toys is so invested, and rightfully so, because it's a gold mine. They're so invested into Star Wars that, I mean, Star Wars is just all they have to do is release another trooper or something.
Yep.
The amount of work that's going into these characters, like I know we have to wait a long time for InArt or whatever, but dude, if this is the quality we're getting at this price point, like I don't mind waiting on it because it's really expensive. So I don't mind saving up the money for it because again, that's something we haven't talked about tonight is like the amount of money that this stuff is getting to, man. I mean, look, we're all human beings, dude. We love to collect. But my God, man, the amount of releases that Hot Toys is doing, I can't keep up with this shit, man. Like it's just so much stuff and it's so much money that I'm honestly already at this beginning stage of my collecting journey with 6 scale. I'm like, you know what, man? I think I'd rather save up and get essential versions of iconic characters like these Harry Potter characters than completing an entire Ahsoka line. Now, I'm not saying I'm not getting the Ahsoka figures, but I'm saying a 20 figure line.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying, Steve?
That's like what that's turning into.
That's where the decisions are made. It's like, of course I'm going to get Ahsoka, Sabine. Like, of course I'm getting those characters. But like now I might not go as deep into a 20 figured line as I was going to, because now I want, you know, like somebody said, like, damn, dude, I can't go down this rabbit hole because this is going to be really expensive. Yeah, that's the territory we're in now, dude, is like these figures are very expensive, but there's not another Harry Potter that I can turn to. So I think that's an advantage that they have with somebody like me, is like, dude, I want this figure so bad because I want Harry Potter in my collection.
If they do a Draco Malfoy, I'll definitely pre-order.
Dude,
Dang.
Christian, could you imagine the how deep this line could go? And I get that if InArt could figure out a way to get the production moving a little faster, again,
that's what they're saying they're doing,
right? Then this line could be just absolutely bonkers, man. It could be.
Because I think that's my thought too. Is like, you know, say we get, like, how long is it going to take to get these? You know, like Harry, Ron, Hermione, and then like we've seen nothing of anything else from this line. So like you're talking like at the rate it's been 5-6 figures, you could be 6, 7, 8 years out from getting all that. Like that's where it's kind of like, that's where like we already wait so long for figures. So like they definitely have to improve how fast they're getting figures out. They have to do that. Because like I think about that sometimes. Like this line makes me really think about it, because now we're getting a line where we're actually getting multiple characters in one thing. You know what I mean? Besides the 4-pack Joker, which is a whole different thing. But they're going to release 3 figures from this line. How quick are they, all 3 of them, going to come out? And then what else are we going to get? And then how fast are those ones going to come out? Because if you're going to do a line, like you got to start, hopefully, like, okay, now we've seen Ron, we've seen Hermione kind of teased. Hopefully this pre-order for Hermione goes up, like I would hope within the next like month or 2 months. You know, like where do you say, like, you know what I mean? Like you got to start kind of pumping stuff out. Because like, what if we get these 3 and we don't get anything else for another year of them revealing anything from this line?
Yeah.
And then you're getting a Hagrid and you're waiting another 1.5 years, 2 years for that. And then you've had Ron, Hermione, Harry. You see where I'm going. It's like, oh, now I got to wait. And then on top of that, you have, I don't want to say pressure, but you have all of this other stuff that's coming out, and you're like, you can't have it because you're waiting on something to come out for so long. That's kind of the game in this hobby anyways. You know, we wait a while for stuff to come out. But if they're going to start doing a line, they just got to try to get it to come out quicker. But I mean, it's an awesome line. If they keep going with this line, this line's going to be like a legendary line, man.
This could be the game-changing line for InArt in terms of like, they have to start weighing out that, you know, again, as much shit as we give certain Hot Toys head sculpt and all this stuff, the amount of production that they put out is absolutely insane. And it's good for collectors, because we get stuff announced. We don't have to wait as long. InArt is really trying to give you like essential versions of the character. That's what I do like. It's like that Paul Atreides. I get that Paul Atreides. That's the only Paul Atreides I'm going to need for a very, very long time. I don't see these figures like falling off, and you know, I don't feel like these figures are going to look dated in 10 years. I really don't. I don't see, unless they do some type of insane technology that I'm not knowing about.
You can't, like they'd have to do like, and we talk about the silicone with like J&D, right? But like, I don't know how you get much better, dude. Like this is like peak. This is like really peak realism right here. I don't really know. I'm sure you can make incremental upgrades, but I don't see like a huge jump happening to make it more realistic than this. Like this is like a spitting image, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. But then again, I used to say the same thing about video game graphics like 10 years ago, and I'd be like, oh my god, this is the most realistic thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, and the only difference with that is I feel like you said, like this is a figure they were working on years ago that we're just now getting a look at. What are they working on right now that we're going to get a look at in a year? Yeah, dude, I agree.
Crazy.
Man. Yeah,
if this was a decade long, that'd be so crazy, man.
That would be crazy, but I think that this is
too long for me.
Yeah, but that's why I'm thinking this could be the game changer, because if you think about this, all of InArt stuff so far, other than Lord of the Rings, you know, the Batman, Pattinson Batman was kind of a one-off figure that they did. The Joker, Joaquin Phoenix Joker, one-off figure. Pennywise one-off figure. Now they're doing Gandalf. They're going to start doing some. It looks like they're getting more into doing lines territory, like doing like, you know, Harry Potter. Like I could promise you this. They didn't just get the Harry Potter license to do these 3 figures. I mean, these are the 3 you start with because this is the ones people are going to want, and then you build around that. But there is so many characters in Harry Potter that people are going to want that again, Christopher Reeve Superman's another one that they're doing, right?
Yep.
So again, I think that them.
Yeah, and then you have Game of Thrones. Like, where are they going to get all the where are they going to get the production to like do all this stuff? You know what I mean?
That just tells me that that's about to ramp up.
And,
I mean,
and then you have that, and then you have like, this is where it gets really crazy when you have like, you're a Harry Potter fan and you're a Game of Thrones fan, and then you have all this other, you're a Star Wars fan and you're a Marvel fan, DC fan, like, then you like this other stuff too. And now you have to decide, like, am I going to spend Ron, Harry, and Hermione are going to be $1,800 for 3 figures. Like, that's so crazy. And then you have potentially Game of Thrones figures coming. Like, it's just like, it's going to be hard, man.
It's absolutely crazy, but what I've learned over the past 2 weeks is that I can't keep up with the hobby at this rate. Like, I can't. Like, we got to really talk about this, man, because it's something I've been thinking about. It's like, dude, I'm guilty of this. Like, I get on my YouTube videos and I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, this is instant pre-order, all this stuff, and then the pre-order, $320, $320 for Catwoman, after all, shipping, all that, right? It comes out, and the way these figures come out, you might get hit with 4 of those at one time. And so the amount of figures that are coming out at that $300 to $350 price point, plus the artists and stuff that are getting up into $500, it's becoming super premium or nothing, where the regular rate's going to be $400 or $500 at this point. And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, if I'm going to spend this much on a figure, where am I going to make up that money elsewhere? I'm going to have to cancel some pre-orders on some other stuff. I hate to do it, but I was super hyped for it. But guess what? I didn't know that this figure was coming out. And this is a character I really, really want. We are going to have to start prioritizing in this hobby, dude. And again, this is coming from somebody who knows nothing about that. Like, I'm a newbie.
No,
man.
I mean, you're exactly right. It's a smart way to look at it, dude.
But I'll just speak for me. I can't keep up with this Hot Toy stuff, man. And I'm not saying I could keep up with the InArt stuff, but I guess the reason the long wait doesn't bother me is because I know when I get this figure in hand, that's going to be the essential version of a Harry Potter figure, or at least for the time being, right? And if another one does come out, it'll be a while. With all this Star Wars and all this stuff coming out, as much as I love Star Wars, dude, it is exhausting at times, bro. Like, I cannot keep up with all this stuff, dude. It's
crazy.
You have to really make those hard decisions, man. And so for me, with just starting out my collection, I'm really focused on getting those iconic characters that really mean a lot to me. And so the Harry Potter ones, I'll spend the extra money on, because it's like, dude, nobody else is doing Harry Potter. Like, with Hot Toys, you might buy a figure in like 2 years, and again, this is a good thing because they're ramping out great production. But you might have you got like 4 Obi-Wans to pick between, so there's not that, like, with this figure, it's like, dude, when am I ever going to get another Ron figure or a Harry figure or a Hermione? Like, am I ever going to get another one at this rate? So again, man, it's not fun to talk about it, but it's something that I've had to discuss with myself of, like, dude, like, this is a lot of money. Like,
that spreadsheet.
We're very lucky if we're able to collect stuff like this. We're very blessed and lucky, truly. And so I want to be responsible with my money, and I know that other people do as well. And I'm never going to tell people what to pre-order and what not to pre-order. But that's something I got to stop doing in my videos, dude, because I'm always like, oh, I'm going to day one pre-order. And then I think about it for a week, and I'm like, well, shit, I forgot about the Across the Spider-Verse line. Like, I forgot
that's a good, it's kind of just like, you'll learn stuff as you go through, like everybody does too. Like, yeah, you got to realistically, like, look at things. It's good to sleep on it. You know what I mean? Unless it's something for sure, like, you're dead set on. Yeah. Like, for you, this Harry Potter, it sounds like you're like, I'm getting this 100% no matter what. Like, I'll make sacrifices elsewhere, Yeah. I think that's the thing, Yeah, it's crazy. And then you got the price point, which is 2 figures. You're paying over 2 figures for that figure base, or about 2 figures for that figure if you're going rooted.
And that's why I respect Star Wars collectors so much, dude, that they can stay disciplined. And a lot of Star Wars collectors just do Star Wars. And even that is very difficult, bro. Like that, like the amount of stuff that is coming out for Star Wars, not just a couple of troopers or whatever. Like, these are like big time releases that are coming out, announcements. I really like, I'm glad that I don't have to have everything in Star Wars, man, because it is like absolutely insane. So it's refreshing to see some other
can't
IPs.
get it all. You really
Yeah,
like can't.
exactly.
Even if you just collect Star Wars, getting all of it is like it's a task, man, to get all that.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's
There's a
what
lot
I'm
of Star
learning.
Wars I don't have. I had this I primarily wanted to collect Star Wars. Like, I don't have sequel stuff because I just couldn't. Like, I had to. Like, the sequel is my least favorite. I had to make a cut somewhere. Like, I had to draw a line somewhere. If I'm not gonna go this, I'm not gonna go that route. I'm gonna focus on X, Y, and Z for Star Wars. You know, and then I wanted to get into other stuff. You know, like, it's kind of a constant thing. This is a good point by Tremble Dust. I'm a pandemic collector, but I always thought you should prioritize what you really want. Sure, you may fall victim to the occasional knee-jerk purchase, but stay focused. Yeah, then you get bored, and then it's like, oh, I want to get this, and then we all talk about how we're getting it, and like, yeah, you know, you get influenced. Toys Nightmare says, everyone has to be a responsible collector. Me, I only collect 2 different characters in Marvel, Batman, and Star Wars. At one time, I was trying to collect everything. It felt like a job. Yeah, you don't want to get to that point, like, right, where it starts to feel like a job, and then, like, you kind of, then you make it kind of makes it, like, lose interest, and,
You want that character to feel as excited as you got for those Obi-Wans, Steve. That's how excited I want to kind of be for a figure. And like you said, sleeping on it's a really good thing because we all get caught up in the hype, dude. We all love the same stuff. We love the hype. It's so much fun. But it's like we're about to talk about Batman with Armory. Yeah, that's a must. I love the Dark Knight trilogy, so that's an easy one for me.
And then InArt's gonna show theirs in the summer, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, look how much more
exactly
like
it's tough,
is this more accurate? Like, oh my god, look at the Bale likeness. Like, do I even need the Armory? You know, it's just it's a revolving door. You know what I mean?
Is.
And then also the other thing about the hobby is like, you start getting desensitized to the price. You 100% start to get desensitized to it when you're like, oh, like that's only $200.
That's
like,
the most real thing I've heard in a while. Yeah, that is so true.
You get desensitized to it. It's 100%. You have to be real with that fact. Like you gotta you have to like look yourself in the mirror for that one because I feel like it's not really talked about enough that like you get desensitized and then you get something like, oh, this is like, and then you do it repeatedly. Then it's just like kind of becomes part of it. So that's when you really have to like lock in and stay focused. Sure. That's why I really like spreadsheet that has a running total. So you know,
that's such a great point, dude, because that is exactly what's happened. Dude, you have no idea how long it took me to finally get the first figure I got of Hot Toys. Like, I was like, dude, I can, like, I've always collected stuff, but I've never collected, like, stuff like this, you know? Like, it's always been, like, stuff that wasn't, $300, $400, like, a piece, you know? So, for me, it was, like, it took me a while to get that first order. And that was a lot of money, it's like $350, $375 for the Commando, whatever it was, So I bought that. Like you said, dude, now I'm pre-ordering stuff without even thinking about it. It's like, oh, 300, 400, 500. It's like these artisans. You just said it with Ron. I'm just immediately saying, oh, of course I'm getting the Ron. Well, guess what, dude? Like, have you thought about that? That's over $500 on a figure
because you're in it now. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. I do think it's good sometimes to take a step back, though, like you said, and like look around and be like, wait, okay, let me get focused here. Like, I have X amount of money I wanted to spend on figures this year. Am I really getting the figures I really wanted, or am I getting stuff? Yeah. I'm going to be real with everybody. I canceled Multiverse of Madness Scarlet Witch, my pre-order. I canceled it. Because I decided that that's not the version of Wanda I wanted. I only wanted the endgame version. But the figure looked so badass, I had to have it, right? But, dude, if I did that with everything, I'm getting everything. Because everything looks badass, So, again, I won't go on too long about it, dude. But it's just definitely something that, I'm new to it, but with the amount of stuff we're getting, and the quality we're getting, it's like, dude, it could, like you said at the beginning, man, it could swallow you up, man, if you're not careful. You got to really be careful.
Yeah, there's stuff like right now I'm considering selling a few figures because like of the amount of stuff that's coming out that I really want. But I think that too, like on a positive note too, like that's just kind of part of curating your collection as well. Like stuff comes and goes. Like we're waiting for stuff for so long. Like if I've had a figure for a couple years and at that point I'm kind of like, like I don't think I necessarily need this anymore, and I sell it to fund another one. That's, I think, a healthy part of the hobby. You know what I mean? Versus just like trying to buy. There are so many Star Wars. I would love to have every Star Wars release. Like I would love to get every single Star Wars release that comes out. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. You got to draw a line somewhere, right? And then if I did that, I wouldn't be able to get any other IPs. And there's some other IP stuff that I want, you know? So it's just, yeah, you gotta take a step back sometimes and evaluate. This is why too, I like to, keep a running, like I keep a spreadsheet of all my pre-orders that has a running total, where I pre-ordered it from, how much I put down as an NRD, how imminent it's coming. Shout out to Graham Jedi Knight's Watch. He has a spreadsheet that if you wanted, he could send it to you. But it's just like where you can plug in the photo of the picture. It's kind of nice. You can plug in the photo of the picture. Justin, you know about this. This is more for the chat, but you can plug in the photo, say when it's releasing, like how much money you're paying for it, like how much money did you put down for NRD, is it close to releasing, like based on color. But there's that. But then also, like I've logged every single one of my purchases, so all of my, which I need to actually update, but I have a running Excel sheet of every figure I've purchased ever, whether I sold it or not. And I put like, I basically, whatever I bought it for, I'll put what I sold it for, if it is something that I sold, and like what my net gain on it or loss on it was. And I'll just keep a running tally and a running total of like, this is what my collection is valued at right now, and this is what I'm adding in. And so you can kind of see what you're losing when you sell and stuff. It just like keeps me accountable doing that.
And you need to have that. Yeah. And again, that's if you're just like I still collect some NECA figures from time to time because I like horror. So like I collect, I get a couple of those every now and then. I like cards, sometimes I'll get cards of like, Star Wars cards or Marvel cards or something, right? I have a physical media collection. So again, this is more of a me problem, like of like spending and like you said, curating is a great point. And that's what I realized, that I'm learning, and I'm learning from people that have been in it of like, dude, like as fun as it is to get wrapped up in the hype and like, having a channel is awesome, but having a channel also gets you on the hype machine times 50, because you're talking about this stuff nonstop, and
it becomes it becomes part of you, dude.
Yeah, it does for sure. It's a great time to be a collector because there's so much to choose from. I'm just, to put a bow on what I'm saying, it's like, for me, yes, the Harry Potter figures are very, very expensive. But I'm already thinking about some pre-orders that I'm not going to go through with, some other characters that I thought I really wanted, but I didn't have that same reaction when I saw those Harry Potter figures. Yeah. Like, oh, dude, this for sure needs to be in my collection.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm learning the more I'm getting into the hobby.
Yeah. You got to make sacrifices. Yeah. Ryan Sadler says, great show, guys. Always nice Sunday nights. Thank you, man.
Thanks,
Thank
Ryan.
you so much for being here. Appreciate you all in the chat. 53 here, still hanging with us after 3 hours. We're going to talk about the Batman, then we'll wrap up, but I just want to get to some comments here. X-Men Supreme says, yeah, nobody really talks about that. Christian Cooper, yeah, 200 seems cheap for a figure, but it's crazy expensive. Like, how many of us have been like, oh man, I got this figure for 200? Well, it seems like that when the retail on the figure is like 350, you're getting an amazing deal, but still, it adds up so quick. Like, you get 2 invoices at once, that hurts.
Which just happened to me. That's why I've had this. That's why I've been looking in the mirror, guys.
Yeah, 2 invoices at once, and then the next month you get another one. Like, you just got to be. Yeah, it's crazy. You know what I mean?
And that's why I say we're blessed, man. If we can have the money to get some of this stuff, or I mean, how lucky are we, man, that we get to even have this conversation of like if we're gonna get to spend our money like this.
Exactly. Yeah, X-Men says, bro, I started collecting in April 2022. I spent over 20K on this hobby since then. It really hits me hard when I realize that. Yeah. Then you like, it's just,
that's real.
Yep. And that's fine. I think you can spend whatever you want on it. And like I said, this is when I've talked about this in the past too. This is no different to me than if people who go out and spend their money on like cars, motorcycles, boats, like whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you buy a car, if you like cars as a hobby and that's fun for you, if you buy one, you've already outspent what a bunch of people will spend over the course of many years for their collection in one go. You know what I mean? So if you look at it like, if you compare it to other things, it's a little bit less daunting, but it's still crazy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, it's just another hobby that you just got to hold yourself accountable. And
and I think that's what it is too, Steve, is like, since you don't get this stuff right away, it's not like you go into a Target and get something off the shelf and go pay $35. It's like, you have to wait on this stuff. I think that's what makes it unique. And that's why I've had a little bit of a struggle with, now now I was getting everything initially. Now I'm kind of getting pre-orders coming in for the first time because I'm newer, And like you said, you might have 4 or 5 drop at the same time, and you didn't think about that when you pre-ordered it last year because the window was 6 months, you know? And so that's what makes it unique. Is like I could go into Target and get a Hasbro figure right now, spend $25, I'm good, right? This one, it's just a lot more of like patience and a lot more of, you know, again, like Steve said, do whatever, collect however you want to collect. It's just something that I've been thinking about with these artisans, with these InArts, rooted hair. The more expensive these figures are getting, I think it's like it's on all of our minds of like, dang, dude, like Star Wars just got 20 new announcements. Like, where do I draw that line? You know, I love this stuff, but like, what figures do I absolutely have to have? That's just what I'm going through right now, is like that conversation. So I think you're muted, bro.
Oh shit, I am muted. Damn it. I don't know if I said anything. Did I say anything? I forget what the last comment was that I read. Maybe it was X-Men's. Did I read X-Men's comment? Yeah, okay. Then I must have muted myself.
Yeah,
Brad
the 20K.
probably bowing out soon. Yeah, okay. But another great stream. See you, Brad.
Thanks,
Brad.
Brad.
So much for tuning in. He says he's got about 4K in pre-orders. There you go. What's up, Zord? Zord Photography in the house. What's up, Patrick? Thank you so much for being here, bro. Appreciate you tuning into the show. Yeah, MB Dyson teach their own, but the Ahsoka line alone at retail is approaching 5K. And that's real, just one season of the show. To be fair, this does cross over a lot with like Rebels and Clone Wars flashbacks and stuff like that too. So it's kind of going across IPs in that way. Or, I'm sorry, not IPs, but it's going across like different time periods within Star Wars. But yes, nevertheless, Ahsoka line's scary. Ahsoka line is scary. Valkyrie says, I don't want to know how much I spent on this hobby. Yeah. And then some people are like, hey, you can manage it fine. You don't want to know how much you spent. You can keep doing what you're doing. Totally fine.
And I'm just sharing this. I'm just sharing this, you guys.
I wish Hot Toys were $25.
Yeah. And I'm just sharing this, guys, not to be like to ruin the fun or anything. I'm just trying to be transparent about like, when we were talking about we're about to talk about Batman with Armory. We're about to get into it because I already have
that we both pre-ordered.
Yeah,
that we both pre-ordered 2 days. No, I pre-ordered it and then you pre-ordered it right after me.
Yeah, exactly.
He had one left and I ordered it, and then another one. But like Underground Figures, I remember he had one left. I asked him, like, I was on the fence about it, and I know it's been waitlisted. It was like gone everywhere, and I'm like, hey Ray, like how many armories, like Batman armories, do you have left? He's like, I got one left, and I was like, shit. Well,
yeah,
I don't have a Batman from the Dark Knight. Like, I don't want to miss out on this. So I'm just going to do it. Yeah. And then I think you said, like, I think I told you, and then you said the same, like, oh, the one more popped up or whatever. And then you,
and I had this. Yeah. And again, that's why I kind of wanted
the
to
DX19.
Into that. That's what I was going to say. This looks so much better. So like, I'm like, I'm feeding into what I was saying, but like, that's why I wanted to discuss it, because this is another one where it's like, dude, I already have the DX19. This armory is like $500-$600. So it's phenomenal. I mean, it's shaping up to look badass. But
we are forgetting that Hot Toys will be dropping the Acolyte line soon. Oh my gosh, dude!
So much stuff, man.
Zord says 5K. If there's anything I've learned from the Way Home line, is that it hurts when they dropped all. Or it hurts when they all drop back to back. Yep.
I bet.
Yep. Man. Oh, it's crazy. Aaron Kleck's in the house. What's up, fam? What's up, Aaron? Thank you so much for being here, bro. Okay, let's talk about this, Justin, so we can we can close it out. But we got 54 people still in here. Thank you guys so much. I know it's a Sunday night. We try not to go too late. I wanted to put a 3-hour cap on this, but there was so much news. This usually doesn't happen like this to this level. So Justin, you cool with riding it out for like 10, 15 more minutes, man?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, all right. Appreciate you all in the chat. We got 54 in the house. We've been riding pretty much steady around 50 the whole time. So thank you all so much for being here as we close off the night talking about the Batman. So I didn't really expect to get like an update. I knew they were going to do like, hey, here's the like the mask sculpt that we're going to give you, which they obviously have done, which I think this could still be a little bit better. I feel bad for people who have the DX19 like yourself, but then again, if you want to keep the DX19 and put it into the armory and then have the other one out, like I think that's a really smart move as well. But I think the suit looks really good, what they did with the proportions.
Looks way better.
The cowl isn't spot on. We'll talk about the head sculpt in a second, but I do like the like this is I forget who I was talking about. So the retail on this is what, $570, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
This is crazy that like for what you get, like it's a pretty good value. Like I know you're essentially getting a statue, like you're getting like the Bruce Wayne stat. It's basically like a power pose, so statue basically. Like the Bruce Wayne doesn't articulate, arms crossed, whatever. But then to get like the armory and the Batman, like what was I think I did this calculation. I think I was talking to the Wolfpack guys. I think DX19 at retail was $295, right? So I think that means like 270 for 275. You're getting like, if you look at DX19 compared to this version of just the suit, like if you were to get like that same figure as DX19 for 275 more, you're getting the armory and a power pose figure. Yeah. Like that's a pretty good value. You know what I mean? Because I'll tell you right now, what's going to happen too when like, I mean, InArt's going to show their Bale Batman. That thing's going to be $500. It's going to come with a rooted head sculpt, and it's going to be probably $500. Having like a rooted, so like this, and this has a whole armory that it comes with too. So I feel like from a value standpoint, like you're getting a lot of stuff here. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to get this because I don't have this Batman represented in my collection yet. You know, I have the Batman Pattinson, but I don't have a Dark Knight Batman. I was kind of waiting. I was kind of like, I don't really want to pull the trigger on a DX19. And then they announced this, and I'm like, oh, I definitely like want to get this. And then InArt's gonna show theirs, and like, I don't know, this trilogy is so iconic that like I'm probably gonna end up getting InArt's too when they end up showing it. But nevertheless, I'm pretty happy with it. The head sculpt, I don't know if it's the lighting or what. I know the main thing that people are saying online is like, there's a lot of like, he looks like a vampire or like he looks dead. I don't know if it's the lighting, but I know like in the past, like he's definitely more pale than he was in the other photos. But also if you just look here, like look at his skin tone here. It doesn't seem as pale. But it's definitely different. I'm happy with the changes that they made and all the updates. Also, the head sculpt look on the suit, it really doesn't matter to me too much because I'm just gonna have the cowl look on the whole for the figure anyways. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the power pose is what it is. I'm not gonna have this unmasked head on my Batman with the suit. I'm just not gonna do that. So I don't want to say I don't care about the sculpt because I know it's an important part of the figure and you're paying for it, but I'm going to have it with this suit and the cowl on. So yeah, I'm happy with how it looks. Am I going to want to get a custom cowl at some point? We'll see, but I'm just happy to finally have like a Dark Knight style Batman in my collection. Justin, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I think it looks phenomenal. I mean, this is kind of why I segued into what I was saying about I do have the DX19. I was very impatient and went ahead and got it because I was an idiot and thought that the Catwoman would be in my hands 4 months ago. So I wanted to have the Batman to go with it. So anyway, you live and you learn. But this is one I'm not too concerned about going ahead and double dipping on because of, like you said, you get so much with it. I'm definitely going to swap out this, like the DX19 suit is going into the armory. I mean, this new suit looks phenomenal. Like that,
look
like
at the purport.
It looks so much better.
Look at the width of his, like even the chin. Look at right here compared to this cowl.
And they finally got the mouth. The mouth looks really good. I know it's a little bit of an open mouth, but they finally got that Christian Bale mouth right. I felt like when I opened up,
the eyes look really good.
He looks menacing. He looks pretty menacing. The other one just kind of looked like, I don't know, man. I've said this before. That I was probably the most disappointed so far in this hobby when I opened up the DX19. Like I thought that was going to be such an epic experience. It's a character. I love the Dark Knight trilogy. Like it means a lot to me.
Yeah, dude.
I was disappointed. Man. I was disappointed with that figure. I'm going to be totally honest. I'm not saying it's still not a great figure, but I didn't get that feeling I thought I was going to have. This one, the update is substantial to where I definitely want to pick this one up. And I'm kind of glad I have the DX19 so I can keep the Power Pose figure, the new suit and the DX-19 will be in the armory. So again, I'm going all in on the Dark Knight line. It's one that I'm not going to make any cuts to when I'm looking at canceling some pre-orders to make space or whatever. I can't wait for Bane. I can't wait for the Joker. These are characters I don't have yet. I'm obviously finally going to get Catwoman this week. So I'm super excited to have that whole line, hopefully by the end of this year, looking good on the shelf. So, but the colors, I want to talk about the colors as well.
Yeah, the colors definitely. The cape looks different right here. The color tone of the cape. Yep. Like the armor looks a little bit darker. Like, dude, this... Yeah, even the blacks in here look better.
Yes.
You know, like it's not washed out here. Like this still looks good. Don't get me wrong, but like some of this is like kind of nitpicky. But you can definitely see here. Look at, they added in this like kind of carbon fiber-ish like honeycomb pattern in here in the neck. Dude, it looks good, man. It looks good. The suit looks really good for the changes.
The suit looks really good. And I'm gonna defend the sculpt a little bit here. I want to defend this sculpt. I think that this sculpt is so much stronger than the DX-19 sculpt. Like, without a doubt. I totally understand what people... Yeah. Sorry. I like that. I totally understand what people are saying with the paleness. I think that could be just a lighting thing. I think when we get it in hand, I think they made the other one a little too tan, personally.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Yeah. I just think it looks really good. Like, if you'll go back one, to me, they have captured Bale very well in this photo right here. I think that looks very good. The only thing that I'll say is the forehead, like right above the eyebrow area. Something about that area, I don't know what it is, but it looks.
Dude, you love Hot Toys foreheads, bro.
Dude, I'm a big forehead guy.
Mr. Meow and the forehead king over here.
Is that just me though? There's just something?
Dude, I don't know, man. You've been really on about these foreheads lately.
I don't know, man. That's where the
no, hold on. Not only did you not say foreheads, you said, you know, that area above his eyes with the skin. You mean his forehead? Yeah, the area above his eyes, that skin, that'd be like up in here is definitely his forehead area.
We know we're spoiled as collectors when you got guys like me being like, God, you know, that part of the skin right here,
right above the eyebrows, that giant area that has nothing going on right there.
But the face sculpt, just the lines in the face, just the lines, the cheekbones being fleshed out a little bit right there, the nose, the little like wart right there by the eye, like just all those details look really good. And I think the sculpted hair looks really good. Like if you go rewatch The Dark Knight Rises, this is very accurate in my opinion. I'm excited to see that Power Pose figure. I've never had a figure like that, so I'm excited to kind of see how that's
me neither. Yeah.
So
it just reminds me of Mike Litteris profile picture.
Oh, those
so needs. I feel like I have to keep it in my collection just for that as a dedication to Mike Paws Litteris.
And look at the chin.
Grand Admiral Thrawn's office.
Yeah, dude, that's what I think of too. But look at that chin. And I just think it looks really good. Like, look at that chin. But we haven't even talked about the armory, dude. The armory looks insanely good.
Dude, look, I was just about to say that. The armory is so cool, man. And they got this they got like this they call it real. It says real like dew texture. I don't know if that's supposed to say real life or is it just saying like, oh, it's like real like. Yeah, it's like real like. So it's like realistic dew texture.
Like you said, bang for your buck, dude. Like,
I know it's plug this thing in by USB, man. This thing's gonna look so dope lit up in a case. Look at these white lights on here with the armory, or like with the armor in there. So I'm pretty sure what I'm gonna end up doing. This is gonna be my long game play on this. Is I'm gonna have the armor in here once InArt finally comes out with theirs. So initially, I'm gonna have the armor out, and I'm gonna have like him pose as a Batman. But then once InArt releases, I'm popping this right back in there. I'm probably gonna have the InArt one out.
Yeah, dude. And I think that
this is dope.
You said it best. You're getting two figures here, basically. I mean, this is basically two figures. You're getting, I mean, how many, I don't know how many head sculpts. You're getting two head sculpts. Like, you're basically getting, you're getting the cowled head, and then you're getting a head sculpt. Then you're getting a whole new sculpt on the power pose, right? Like, that sculpt is different from the sculpt you get with the figure, or is that the same?
the sculpt, you're saying the sculpt that you get with this is different than the unmask?
Yes.
I think they're a little different.
That's what I'm thinking too. It almost looks
because
like
they said we haven't, they basically were like, the whole thing was we're not revealing the unmasked sculpt yet. So I think the sculpt for the power pose is the exact same.
Yeah. And everybody needs to go after this, go watch the scene in Dark Knight Rises where he's talking to Alfred. And spoiler alert, but it's basically when Alfred's basically telling him that
Spoiler alert, this shit.
I know, man. But when he's basically telling him that like he's not gonna support it anymore, like Rachel actually chose Harvey instead of him. This sculpt is very like, people are talking about the open mouth. I saw Big Dog Pound talked about the open mouth, like that. This looks just like that in that scene to me. So that's
God,
why
didn't they close his mouth? Oh my gosh, they should have closed the mouth on this figure. Why did Hot Toys even do open mouths? So dumb. Oh my gosh, Obi-Wan's mouth is open, everybody.
But Batman, I've heard a lot of people talk about Batman Begins. Batman Begins suit. We can all agree that suit is badass, bro. Rachel!
Yeah, I want the Begin suit to be like, we need to
Where's the trigger?
Yeah.
You would give it to an ordinary citizen.
What? What's up, Cairo? He's in Mike Litters. Yeah, what's up, Cairo? Thanks for being here, man. Oh, okay. Oh, man. I got to be up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. That's going to be fun. Yeah, dude, overall, though, I'm excited for this. I'm pumped to finally get a Batman in the collection, because this is another thing. Like, as much as I would love for InArts to come out, they're going to showcase this in July or whatever it is. They're going to do it sometime this summer. And like, another thing is we have no information on the other prototypes that they showed, like Daenerys Targaryen. Well, what is it, like the Christopher Reeve Superman? What else did they showcase? Clark. Did they showcase like a Clark Kent?
I don't know.
Did they do Christopher Reeve Superman, but also him, like also the Clark Kent of the same actor?
Oh, if they have, I haven't seen it.
I'm pretty sure they did. I'm almost positive they did. But yeah.
It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me. I'm sorry I gave these binoculars to the actor who played Joffrey on Game of Thrones.
Nick's Collectible says these mofos decided to update this figure, but not Black Suit Toby. Sigh. Hashtag fix Black Suit Toby. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I think it might happen. I think they might fix Black Suit Toby.
Dude, I'm telling you, Nick's getting the word out there enough.
I'm gonna be the hopeful one. Nick. I'm gonna be the hopeful one. Just like I said, Balin, Skull, and Shin Hati, we're gonna both be announced. I'll be the hopeful one, man. I think they're gonna fix it.
Nick's a man of the people, though, man. He's putting himself out there on the front lines. He he's leading that charge, dude. So if they do, I mean, I don't care if he gets the credit for it. We'll all know that Nick had been pushing that, man. So Nick, I hope it happens, because I can't wait for that figure, man. So hopefully they make the adjustments needed.
Okay, dude, I'm excited for this. Are you excited for this? You're gonna keep the pre-order?
Absolutely, 100%. This we get very caught up in recency bias. Like we love the new thing. This trilogy means so much to me. Like these films, man, mean so much to me. This is a phenomenal trilogy. This is like a timeless movies to me. Movies that in 30, 40, 50 years are still going to hold up. Absolutely incredible films that anything that come out with Nolan's trilogy, sadly, I'm going to have to get everything. So I'm like you, Steve. Like, if InArt starts doing it, I'm probably going to get that too.
God, I'm so happy they don't have a Star Wars license. I would be.
That's what I'm saying, and that's the decisions we have to make as collectors. But yeah,
so it's nice. I can kind of cherry pick. I can kind of cherry pick. You know, like I didn't want Gandalf, didn't want Pennywise. That's another line. Lord of the Rings, dude.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, man. Lord of the Rings. Can you imagine them pumping out 10 figures a year from Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, and Harry Potter all around the same time? Even if it was like 5 of those a year.
I'd have to get out of the hobby, man. I couldn't keep up. I'd have to leave.
The people. Oh, we give it back to you. The people.
You would give it to an ordinary citizen. Where is it?
Christian Cooper says, Steve, where the heck is Padawan Obi? He's coming, bro. Don't worry.
Then you have my
faith, man.
permission
Keep
to
the
die.
Who got the tumbler? I didn't get the tumbler.
I need the I'm not going to lie to you guys. I haven't bought a vehicle yet, but I can tell you, unless it's the DeLorean, the DeLorean would probably be number one priority of a vehicle for me, but number 2 and 3 would definitely be the Bat Pod to go with Catwoman and the Tumbler to go with the Dark Knight Batman.
Tumbler is probably going to come home once they do another 35% off sale on it. Then I'm going to get
I'm kind of with you at this point, Steve, now that we're finally starting to see this line.
Or I'll try to buy a secondary market.
Yeah.
Yep. I do want it. Because that would look badass with this right next to it in a MODUSPACE case. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. That's all, folks. That's what we got. What a show.
Yeah, I'm sorry about all this
freaking
coughing,
show. Oh my
guys.
gosh, it's 11:15. Holy moly.
Dude, we had to though, man. There's so much that came out. Yeah. Now, did we need that 45 minutes of the back and forth on Mace? I don't know. But
yes, we did. That was much needed conversation. But Justin, thanks so much, bro. It was a pleasure having you on the show once again.
Oh, dude. Of course, man. Thanks for having me. Had a blast.
You're welcome, dude. What a great show. Chat, thank you all so much, as always. If you have any last words in the chat, please say it now. And don't forget, if you're interested in becoming a channel member, it's pinned in the chat. Any last minute channel members going once.
Yep. I saw twice. Somebody on MB Dice
it'll be a long going twice.
He said, I never said thank you, and you'll never have to. Sometimes all a kid needs is a blanket over the shoulder to let him know his world hasn't ended.
Stacey says, awesome stream as always. Thank you, Stacey, for being here.
Rachel! One last Rachel, Steve.
Rachel! Rachel! Oh, man. Hashtag Mace was mid. Oh, dude, that conversation is going to go down as one of the GOATs on the show for sure. That was great. Trash Panda, where is she? Some notable quotes, man. Notable quotes. But Justin, what do you got coming up on your channel, bro, before we sign off?
Man, I'll be honest with you, dude. I've hit a little bit of a lull on my channel.
You've been busy, man.
I've been busy, man.
All right. Continue.
Yeah, I know that's just a cop out because let's be honest, I've had the time to make videos.
Wow, that's hurtful.
No, I mean, I haven't gotten back to you, bro. I just haven't had the desire, man. And sometimes I just I've gotten all this news and I wanted to save some stuff for the stream. I do have some more videos coming up. I've made a couple of more. I've made one video in particular that's going to come out this week. It's another countdown, like a list video. Those are really fun for me to make. I'm probably going to try, instead of just always waiting for first look and waiting for reviews, I'm going to try to add another type of video to my channel that I can just do weekly. I've thought about doing some streams down the line, just so that way if something gets announced, like I can do like a quick little stream or something. But yeah, dude, nothing in the works just yet. I'm just enjoying doing stuff like this, talking to the community, talking about different stuff. And again, I have noticed with this hobby, you'll get a week of 50 announcements and then you'll have about 2 or 3 weeks of nothing. So I think that's the thing about planning out my content a little more of that's what I was doing early on that I'm kind of going to get back to. But as I said, dude, I tapped into reviews and bro, reviews are so time consuming. I have so much respect for people that do reviews all of every figure. It is insane amount of work. Yeah. And I'm not saying that it doesn't get easier, but I'm just saying, I always say it, dude, but whoever you guys doing reviews out there, man, a ton of respect.
Stuff, dude.
A ton of respect. But yeah, dude, I'll have 2 new videos out this week. I just don't know what dates, but they're going to be out this week. And then with the summer coming up, I'm going to have my schedule is going to shift a little bit. So I'll have you know, like I said, I might be doing some different stuff. I kind of wanted to show off my NECA collection a little bit, my horror collection.
Ooh.
People have been asking for a collection tour, so I'm thinking if I do a collection tour just to show you where I'm at early on, and then later throw in those NECA figures as well, just so that way people can kind of see some other different things we collect, you know. So that was a long-winded version of saying I'll have something this week. And sorry
Sweet,
for all the
dude.
coughing, bro.
Me too, man. I know. I mow my lawn and my throat feels like I cough constantly. It's very annoying. Christian Gruber says, great show, guys. Go to panel. Thank you.
Thanks,
bro.
Christian.
Thank you, so
you guys
much.
made it, man. Chat
Lisa
once again makes
thank you. Jose says, Steve, can you at least agree? Well, now he's forcing me to agree to one way versus the other. I will say nothing. I will leave it for the next show. Keep you on your toes, man. Keep you on your toes. And look at that. Before I even get a chance to answer it, he's already blaming me and telling me I'm doing something wrong. Feezy's Figures, what's up, man? He says, and that's why I only do live streams. I'll respect to figure reviews. Yeah, dude. Figure reviews are tough. I like doing them every once in a while for I can't do them for all my figures. I just don't have the time. It takes like 3 hours at least minimum to do a figure review. After you film it, edit it, voiceover. Yep. I want to get an external mic or like a wireless mic, just cut down on time so I can just do it while I'm filming. Like that would make it significantly easier if I could do that.
I will say if my Catwoman does come in, Steve, I will, just because I've been hyping it up so much and like since it got for a while, I will be doing a review of that if that comes in this week. It should be in this week.
I know you will, Mr. Meow.
Yeah.
There we go. Guys, if you haven't already, you can go head on over to my channel. Like you're already there actually, so never mind, you don't really need to head on over. You just need to exit out of this video and go to my main videos. That was way too long-winded, but I posted my newest collection tour. Go check it out. Appreciate everybody who has already. What do I got coming up on the channel? I do have to review some stuff. I do want to do a Vader review, but I actually ordered a second one so I can put them both side by side and show one with a CCFL and one with a USB plug-in saber, one battle damage, one clean. So I'm going to be doing that. Shout out to Underground Figures for sourcing me a second Kenobi Vader. Very cool. Anybody wants a battle damage Darth Vader head sculpt, hit me up because I'm selling it at a premium. I don't need 2 of them. What else do I got coming up? I don't know. I got to review a couple figures. 000. I got to still review. Padme, I still have to open. 2022 Batmobile review when? Probably when InArt gets here. So I can have all the Batman goodies in the video.
You need to get that Padme opened up, bro. I can't wait.
I know,
to hear
dude.
your thoughts on
I
that.
know. I'm slacking. I am slacking, but I've had a lot going on, and I really wanted to get my collection tour out. That was important.
Yeah, that took a lot of time, I'm sure.
Yep. But okay. Justin, thank you, man. Thanks again. Chat.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you
so
all
much,
for
man.
sticking with us. If you're still here for 3.5 hours of a ton of news, but also a ton of fun as always. Star Wars fans rejoice because Star Wars will always be the GOAT. And like I said, in the name of the stream, InArt does not miss. They have yet to miss. Every single figure they've come out with has been really good.
You know who else hasn't missed, Steve? This chat. Thanks again for another great show, Steve.
Chat hasn't missed.
I gotta credit you, man. The chat's great, but you've created a great chat environment because you prioritize the chat. Can't wait for you to hit 1,000 subs, bro. That's gonna be an epic. That's gonna be an epic stream. I already know it. I already know you're the gears are turning, man.
I got plans. I got big plans for the 1,000 sub stream. It's gonna be hype. I'm gonna make an announcement shortly as to what's going on. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be hype. There's gonna be lots and lots of giveaways.
Ooh, man,
there's gonna be a lot of fun shit going on. So, dude, it's gonna be very hype. But we'll leave you with that, everybody. And until next time, collect carefully.